closer to that, closer into that window, the better, and then it gets more of anyway. Okay, let's see. It's weird. I'm on this 5G and it is slow. Only 2 bars. I don't know what to do about that. And sometimes 1 bar.
Just moving it somewhere else, you know.
I don't know. I mean, what the heck? Now they've got wireless in here, but I don't want to get on it. See, I mean, this is killing me.
Will they let us get on it?
I mean, I can get on it, but the problem is I'm streaming on it. I don't want to stream, and I'm concerned about streaming and. Well, here we go. Let's see. We're gonna just go that way right now. Astonishing. What's it? Astonishing. Dearest. If when you get a second, hit that light on there, on the.
The ring light?
Yeah. Let's see what it looks like. We're probably gonna honestly leave that on most of the time. I wonder how that's gonna be built right over there. Is that how bright, Jerry? Can that be right in the middle?
Like a different color. Or we can turn the main light off.
What in the heck, man? Come on. Finally.
No. Oh. 52 is now wearing 44.
watching a Look Live Streams production of the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. By Billy Kelly, CPA, structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting. That's Billy Kelly, CPA. By Jesse Britt Automotive, discounting your price, not your service. By Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt, service you deserve from neighbors you trust. By Toby's Auto Sales, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. By CF Supply Inc., build with CF Supply. By H&M Landscape and Sprinkler, your one-stop shop for commercial and residential landscaping. By Butter My Biscuit Cafe, scratch-made Southern style. By Bankston's, your home for sports memorabilia, comics, and collectibles. And by Billy Rutherford, honoring the late friend and former teammate, Joe Pack. Back with more of the H&M Landscape and Sprinkler pregame show right after this. Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. Billy Kelly, CPA, and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. H&M Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler. Just won your first 3 games in the playoffs. That's significant because it's the halfway point to what would be a state championship. Obviously, you're going to face a really good DIBOLL team. Thought for a moment Friday night, or you might face get to see Academy again, but DIBOLL hung on and won that one. What are you seeing on with DIBOLL on tape?
Well, very athletic football team. Again, they've got a lot of big guys. I mean, they're another match. It's got some big physical guys up front. They play very, very hard. Got a lot of speed all the way across the board. Quarterback does a great job of getting the ball out, and they've got a couple of big old kids that can ramble with the football. So, it's a typical East Texas football team. I mean, they're going to be physical, and they're going to jump all in the middle of you. And I mean, it's what we faced with Woodville. And, we felt it was critical to get out there and get off to a good start against Woodville. And it's going to be the same way with DIBOLL. I mean, we're going to have to go out there at the beginning of the ball game and set the pace and set the tone. We can't wait to see, do they really want to play tonight? Or is it, how tough is this going to be? That kind of attitude, that's only going to get you beat. So, I mean, we got to go out there and throw all the rocks we take as fast as we can and see what happens. But they're a good football team, and we're going to be challenged. I mean, that's it. But again, our kids respect them. Yes. Do they fear them? No. So, I think that's huge, when your kids can go out there with the amount of confidence that, hey, these guys are good. Guess what? We are too.
When you're faced with an auto repair, all you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jesse Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jesse Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jesse's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jesse Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jesse Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jesse Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service. Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery. If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
For over 40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
What do they lean run or do lean pass or balance? What do you see from them?
They'll run a little bit more than they throw. But they're not afraid to throw the ball. They do a good job. They've got number one.
Okay, so one is Jacoby Watts, a wide receiver.
He plays safety and he plays one of the slot receivers, and he's a go-daddy. He can go.
Yeah.
And same thing. He's got a big running back, number 20. He's a thick kid too.
Okay.
Kind of like the number 3 was from Columbus the other night.
Okay. James Johnson. Yeah. Okay. So Johnson's the running back. Watts is the wide receiver.
Little quarterback's number 12. Yeah, he's not a very big kid, but he does a great job of getting rid of the ball and running their offense.
I've been shopping at Bankston's for about 6 years. I like to go to Bankston's because it's a good time for me and my son to bond together.
Everyone who works at Bankston's is very knowledgeable in comic books or sports or video games, and that's really important, is just getting to go there and talk to people, and they know what they're talking about.
I like to shop at Bankston's because I like collecting football cards, and they have everything that I like.
It's a really unique place around here. There's not many other places like it.
Hey everyone, my name is Riley Walker. I am not only a freshman at Lorena High School, but owner of Riley's Cookie Company. I got to turn my favorite hobby into a business. I create customizable sugar cookies. Are you looking for a sweet way to personalize your next special event? Contact Riley's Cookie Co. on Facebook or Instagram to place your order. I look forward to working with you.
What do games, sports memorabilia, and collectibles have to do with the best morning menu in the great state of Texas? You can find them all under the same roof at Butter My Biscuit Cafe. Owner Lee Bankston has built a menu around her hot, fresh, always handmade biscuits that really is the best around. Butter My Biscuit Cafe is waiting for you 7 to 2 Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 2 on Saturdays. Whether it's games, sports memorabilia, or simply the best breakfast brunch around, treat yourself to the place food critics and families are raving about. That's Butter My Biscuit Cafe. Most of the teams that you were facing to this point are really good, but they're particularly good in one area. I haven't seen a team yet with the type of balance and the level, the quality of that balance that we've shown this season. In terms of DIBOLL, do they do one better than the other? What are your thoughts in terms of their ability?
Oh, I think that, they run the ball very well. From an offensive standpoint, I think they're very physical. They come off football, try to knock people back, create the running lanes for the running back and everything. And I think they do a real good job of that. They've got a couple of receivers that can go get the ball, and the quarterback does a super job of getting the ball out on time in a hurry. So that really hasn't changed. And then defensively, they're going to be, it could be everything from a 3-3 stack to walk one of the backers down to a 4-2 look. I mean, they give kind of multiple fronts, but again, extremely aggressive on defense. And I've got some big guys that can bring it in a hurry. So, we're going to have a challenge on both sides of the football. One, to move it, and two, to stop them. So, anyway, we have our hands full Friday night.
Have driveway problems? Look no further than the Driveway Company. We deliver the highest level of professional service and care for each and every customer. We're trained, courteous, and take pride in our finished results. If you have a driveway, patio, pool, or other concrete problem, do what hundreds of other customers have already done. Trust the experts and schedule an appointment today to find out what the Driveway Company can do for you.
H&M Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler.
Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 3. Does it sound good? Okay, good.
It's kind of an echo though. I can't tell this. Jared, I think you're.
What's that? Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 3. Oh, I bet they have the AC turned off in here. David, what do you want with the hat? Well, you're going to want this brighter, aren't you?
Yeah, we may just have to keep the light on, to be honest. We'll see.
Well, the only issue we're running into is, like, you can see this glare.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean, not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, we don't want that. I mean, if we can help it.
I mean, the only other way to do it is to kind of move it this way.
Is not.
You are watching a Look Live Streams production of the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. By Billy Kelly, CPA, structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting. That's Billy Kelly, CPA. By Jesse Britt Automotive, discounting your price, not your service. By Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt, service you deserve from neighbors you trust. By Toby's Auto Sales, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. By CF Supply Inc., build with CF Supply. By H&M Landscape and Sprinkler, your one-stop shop for commercial and residential landscaping. By Butter My Biscuit Cafe, scratch-made Southern style. By Bankston's, your home for sports memorabilia, comics, and collectibles. And by Billy Rutherford, honoring the late friend and former teammate, Joe Pack. Back with more of the H&M Landscape and Sprinkler pregame show right after this. Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. H&M Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler. Just won your first 3 games in the playoffs. That's significant because it's the halfway point to what would be a state championship.
And we are live from Merrill Green Stadium in Bryan, Texas, as your Leopards race out of the tunnel this evening. David Gibson, Jared Brown bringing you a live booth audio tonight. Of course, you can watch the game at TexanLive.com. If you have an NFHS subscription, that will get you the game as well. But turn them down and turn us up. That way you've got your hometown refs, your hometown announcers. Maybe not refs, but announcers anyway. Jared, great to have you in the booth, buddy. We got here. We got everything set up. A huge game tonight for the Leopards, really the first time in over a decade.
Right. I mean, the last time the Leopards were playing in the 4th round of the playoffs, it was 2009, where they were going up against a behemoth of a Carthage team that was in the midst of winning back-to-back state championships. They find themselves here against another team wearing red and white from East Texas, the DIBOLL Lumberjacks. But I think the Leopards are feeling very confident coming into this game and really looking forward to a kind of a dogfight tonight.
You know, once again, those Leopards in their black pants tonight with the red and white stripe on the side, red home jerseys, white numerals, black mat helmets with that red metallic emblem on the side. Just spectacular as the Leopard captains are down on the field getting ready. So, Jared, we talked a lot about DIBOLL, what we saw in film. Clearly, it starts tonight with the Leopards finding out a way to stop and contain Jacoby Watts, number 1, the wide receiver. They put him all over the field at any time to try to get him the matchup they want.
They will line him up in the backfield. They'll line him up in the slot. They'll line him up all the way out wide. They're going to move him all over the field tonight, and they'll even potentially use him in the passing game some, where they've run some reverses where he's then either throwing back to the quarterback, Ray Ariano, or throwing downfield to another one of the DIBOLL receivers. So very important job for the Leopards tonight to stop number 1 on the other side of the field.
We have the national anthem about to play. We'll step aside momentarily with the audio. there you have the national anthem. A terrific crowd, Jerry. We have a catbird seat here, able to look down on all the Lorena Nation down there in the bleachers. A terrific red and black group showing up tonight, all the way down here in Bryan. A couple hours down I-35 and over 6 a little bit and all that. But wow, we are in for a fantastic football game tonight, and so glad that we could be with you guys. Thank you for joining us here in the booth. We'll have be able to have you engage with us in the chat, as well as you can go to mixler.com/Lorena. Is that right? Give me that.
Mixler.com/look-livestreams-Lorena.
Thanks, bud. Yep. Okay. So,
captain's coming out. It looks like for DIBOLL, it is their do everything Jeremiah Gums. Also, the big running back, James Johnson Jr., and then the senior offensive lineman, Quincy Coleman. They've got him listed at 6 feet, 285 pounds. So I think this Leopard defensive line is going to have their hands full with him tonight.
You know, a little bit, we hadn't had a whole lot of chance of getting a late start here to come on and talk about this team, but the players you want to listen for tonight, if you're at home, or that you want to watch if you're watching along, if you're listening to us while you're watching along, is number 1, Jacoby Watts, number 20, James Johnson Jr., and look out for number 24, Jeremiah Gums. He is a load at about 5'10", 285. They'll put him at defensive tackle. They'll put him at middle linebacker. They'll put him in the backfield. They'll put him everywhere, and he is going to be someone that the Leopards have to really figure out a way to locate and find and to take into consideration when they're approaching the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. So it looks like DIBOLL has won the toss. They have elected to defer, and so your Leopards will go on offense first. Jerry, get a chance to see that Ryan Abel-led Lorena offense right off the bat.
Yeah, and David, obviously he had a great week last week. 308 yards passing, 5 touchdowns throwing, 1 touchdown running. Did have 2 interceptions, but really good day by Ryan Abel getting the ball to Jaden Porter and Camden Brock among others. Caleb Blanick as well. And then also really gives us a chance to see the running game early and often with Reed Mickna and Rhett Hansen. Mickna's been kind of battling kind of a nagging heel injury, I think, for about a month now. So interesting to see if he's finally healthy and can go at 100% tonight. Obviously, Rhett Hansen is a big load to bring down coming out of that Leopard backfield. And, of course, it's all going to start up front with that Leopard offensive line. Of course, Elijah Turley, Wyatt Jones, Riley Boozer, Casey Disserens, and Marshall Brana. As they're going to have their hands full tonight. Like you mentioned, Jeremiah Gums, they move him all around the field, and then also kind of a not necessarily tall, but really thick defensive line for DIBOLL.
All right. So
very interesting, David. Leopards lost their first 2 games, have won 11 straight. DIBOLL started off 1-3, and have won 9 straight. So should be a great ball game between 2 quality teams.
Here's the kick to the near side of the field. Going to be caught at the 14. Here they come to the middle 20. Slips the tackle, stumbles forward, stays on his feet. 30, 35. Leopards to the 40, out of bounds, and that is Colton Dale up to the 45-yard line. Terrific field position. Jared, take a look at the towels out there in the stands.
The white towels waving. That's how we tell Colton Dale and Casey Taylor apart, who wear number 8 and 6 respectively, typically by the gloves they're wearing on the hand and whether or not they have a towel in the back of their pants. And a great job by the senior defensive back and wide receiver to give the Leopards great field position at their own 42-yard line with 11:51 here on the clock.
Ryan Abel waiting on the snap. Blanick comes in motion. He'll reset to the right side now. Abel has it, hands off to Mickna. Mickna looking for room. Fights his way into the line of scrimmage for about a 4-yard gain. The Leopards all the way up to the 47-yard line. Almost 5 now, they'll say. So being up 2nd down and a long 5.
Yeah, we've talked about Mickna all year, kind of not going down at first contact, and it looked like it was either Gums or one of the other interior linemen for DIBOLL that was able to pull him down, but not before a gain of 5 on first down.
Leopards quickly to the line of scrimmage. Now Blanick will reset to the left side. Movement there on the defensive line. Hand off to Mickna. He's looking for room. He battles his way up across the 50-yard line. Scrum surges forward close to the first down. It's right there at the line of at the marker at the 48-yard line, and they will say You gonna say third down?
Calling
third down.
Third and short.
Third
but
and
again, took about 6 DIBOLL defenders before Mickna comes down.
Leopards quickly back with the ball to the line of scrimmage. Abel's waiting on it. He has it. He's going to hand it to Mickna again. Third straight play. First down Leopards to the 45, and now tackled down just inside the 45-yard line. Leopards first and 10. Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Yeah, and solid job by the Leopards coming out trying to establish the line of scrimmage early. There's Jaden Adams on the stop for DIBOLL on the last play.
Here's Abel. Leopards moving quickly now. Now he'll clap and turn and look to the sideline. You got Blanick and Porter on to the bottom of the field here. Kason Taylor and Camden Brock to the top. So 4 wides for the Leopards, no tight ends. One back is Mickna. He's lined up to the right. Abel has it. He's looking to throw. Down the middle of the field, incomplete. It was intended to Porter. Porter, I thought he was on a go route, Jared, and the ball was thrown behind him, incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like Abel was kind of throwing a skinny post, or a bang 8 is what they call it in the football world. And Porter kind of got behind his defender. Abel kind of threw the post, and really lucky that it wasn't picked off. Not sure if that was the all-everything DIBOLL lumberjack Jacoby Watts or not in defensive coverage.
Here we go. It is second down and 10 after the incompletion. Leopards need the 35 of DIBOLL. Clock at 10:23 and running. David Gibson, Jared Brown coming to you live from Bryan, Texas here in this Region 3 final. Handoff to Colton Dale on the sweep. He's trying to get to the corner. Slips past one man, 30, 40, 35 out of bounds. First down is where they mark him down inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. Great job there on the edge of not picking up a holding call there, Jared, or did we get one?
Yeah, no.
The official here in the back looked like maybe he was about to make a call. But
no, it looked like Kason Taylor did just enough to affect his defender without getting the block in the back. And then Dale did a great job slipping that tackle and picking up another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
And the Leopards looking to throw. Abel, screen pass. Going to be caught at the 32, inside the 25, near the first down marker. I think they're going to spot him out just about a yard short at the 25. It needed the 24.
And good job by Abel sticking with it, but man, a dangerous throw as it was out near, looks like Elijah Freeman, wearing number 44 tonight for DIBOLL, really was in the area for that pass. And but Mickna does a good job to make the catch, and big gain of 9 on first down.
3 wides. Porter by himself here to near the bottom of the field, the closest to us. Blanick resets on the right side, handoff again. Pressure in the backfield. Mickna will slip one tackle, put his shoulder down at near the line of scrimmage, and he'll pick up the yard needed and maybe one more for the first down. So another first down for the Leopards inside the 25 at the 23.
And again, that's Jaden Adams, the linebacker for DIBOLL, making the stop. But a great job by Mickna avoiding what could have been a big loss, getting tackled in the backfield. But he's able to pick up enough yardage for another Jesse Britt Automotive first down as the Leopards are rolling all the way down inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line with a 9:40 left to go here in this opening quarter.
Red Hansen in at the running back now, lined up left of Abel. 3 wides, tight end is Blanick to the near side. They're going to fake it to Porter. Oh, ball's on the turf. Abel will fall on it, and he'll take a hit on the ground. And Abel's going to be a little slow to get up. That was a little bit late, Jared, by big number 44, Saul Padilla, senior, and he went and laid it to the Abel while he was on the ground. Clock's at 9:13 and running. Abel seems to be okay, though, looking to the near sideline. You got Porter and Blanick's going to be split out to the near side. Camden Brock on the far side of the field. Kason Taylor in the slot. So 4 wides, no tight ends. Leopards look like they want to throw. Abel stands up, throws it across the middle. Caught by Kason Taylor at the 20. Slips a tackle. Struggles his way down near the 15-yard line. He'll be short of the first down by about 2. Bring up 3rd down and 2 at the 15.
Yeah, great job by Kason Taylor avoiding the tackle by Zach Phipps for DIBOLL. Leopards moving quickly on 3rd down.
Leopards with some tempo. First down, handoff up the middle, still on his feet. Red Hansen inside the 5. Red Hansen towards the goal line. They're going to mark him down at the 1.
And David, he absolutely ran over Jacoby Watts, who's coming up kind of from his defensive back position. Hansen put his head down, and now all the way inside the 1-yard line, 1st and goal.
Leopards moving with as much tempo as I've seen all season. Big handoff inside to Red Hansen. They are going to mark him short. A flag comes down in the back of the end zone, and now they're going to say touchdown Leopards. Touchdown Red Hansen. So the Leopards go up on a 1-yard run by Red Hansen here in the first quarter. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left, up 6-0. and on for the extra point. What did you see, Jared?
Well, I was going to say credit that offensive line as Hansen was stopped initially, but they kept pushing. Hansen kept pushing, and just eventually kind of that big push of momentum allowed him to cross the goal line for the Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown.
Okay, the penalty was against – we're going to get this crowd mic situation worked out, but the penalty was against DIBOLL. So the touchdown stands, and Cole Nugent is on, waiting Taylor Cargill's hold and for the extra point. Cargill has it, puts it down on the tee, kick on the way, and the kick is good. And your Leopards in this Region 3 final strike first on the first possession series of the ball game, up 7-0 with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left. We'll take a commercial break and come back with more of the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards playoff football right after this.
Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
And welcome back into Merrill Green Stadium. Here, David Gibson, Jared Brown coming to you with the audio broadcast here from Bryan, Texas, near College Station, I should say. And the Leopards, Jared, on that first possession, a lot of running early by Reed Mickna and then kind of finding a little bit of space there to pass, but primarily done on the ground. What did you think about the first drive?
Well, I think it was important for them to come out and establish that line of scrimmage early, and they seemed to do that. And then you also had Ryan Abel kind of getting comfortable with some quick throws, the screen pass, and then also the little pass over the middle to Kason Taylor. So really good job by offensive coordinator Steve Hoffman mixing the run and the pass.
Here's Connor Pewett's kick. It's a high kick, going to be caught around the 10-yard line. Nice kick by Connor there to the far side of the field. At the 20 and up to the 22 or 3-yard line. He'll be tackled to the ground there, and it'll be DIBOLL Lumberjacks ball. And we'll await Jacoby Watts and Ray Ariano, the quarterback, James Johnson Jr. They're the primarily threats there on offense. And I'm telling you, fans, Jacoby Watts, if you had a chance to look at him on film at all, he's special. He can make you miss in a phone booth, and he is the one the Leopards will definitely need to be concerned about containing. So we will keep an eye out for him and where he is on the field at all times. James Johnson Jr. behind Ariano in the backfield. Leopards move. Managed to get back. That was Gutshaw. He jumped clear way into the neutral zone. No whistle, no flag. Here's going to be a handoff. It is to James Johnson Jr. He's hit and then pushed backwards, and he'll lose a yard. They'll give him actually forward progress to the line of scrimmage, but a nice early penetration there, Jared.
Great job by Braylon Henry coming up, tackling James Johnson Jr. low. He is a big guy, but still low to the ground, but Henry was kind of able to win that leverage battle and push him back for no gain on first down.
Hey, if you're listening to us, get on Facebook and tell everybody about it. We're a little bit ahead of the Texan Live broadcast, so if you want to get the play first, you're going to want to listen to us. Here's Ariano and James Johnson Jr. in the backfield. 4 wide outs. Ariano's looking to throw, getting a lot of pressure. Now he's going to run. 25 to the 30-yard line. As they say, his knee went down just short of the 30, and a pickup of about a good 5 yards there on second down.
Yeah, good job by defensive ends Camden Brock and Baxter Banks and kind of forcing Ariano to step up in the pocket and run, and then really solid job by Colton Ferguson to kind of wrestle him down to bring up a big 3rd down and 5 on this first offensive series for the DIBOLL Lumberjacks.
Camden Brock, Cody Thorne, Joe Gutshaw, and Baxter Bankston are your defensive front. Baxter got a lot of pressure there. That's actually kind of flushed Ariano there on that previous play. Nice job by Ariano to pick it up. A deep I formation here by Ariano, a pistol formation, I should say. Ariano's going to throw, far sideline, one-on-one coverage, incomplete. Colton Dale down there to make sure the ball was not hauled in, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 5 for the Lumberjacks with the decision to make here deep in their own territory.
And, David, that's one of the things that we did see from DIBOLL in the weeks past is Ariano likes to throw the go route and get the ball out quickly. That time, great job by Colton Dale kind of using the sideline as one defender, having inside coverage and keeping Zach Phipps from being able to get to that ball.
Yeah. Have you texted with Cody by chance? Is he giving stats? Is he?
Stats are up. I've got him.
Okay, good deal. Here's the kick, low, end over end kick, going to bounce at the 40. Now picked up. Colton Dale actually drops it, bounces off of him out of bounds. So that was a line drive kick. Took a hard bounce right off the shoulder pad of Colton Dale, and then it went caromed out of bounds at the 31-yard line, I believe is where they're going to say. Maybe well, they haven't put the ball down yet, but right around the 30. So
and David, I was going to say, really, while Colton Dale didn't catch the ball, he kept that ball from rolling another maybe 15, 20 yards and pinning the Leopards deep. And now they're going to have the ball decent field position at their own 30 with 6:47 left to go.
David Gibson, Jared Brown here in round 4 of the 2021 Class 3A Division I playoffs, and the Leopards are looking strong. Kai Ritchie, the tight end. DIBOLL's front, switches, handoff, up the middle, puts his shoulder down, got some room, fighting forward all the way up to the 35-yard line. A solid gain of 6 there by Rhett Hansen, and it was all Rhett.
Yeah, just Hansen going over that right side of the line, and it looks like the Leopards are still wanting to run the football. David, wanted to give a Toby's Auto drive update on that last drive. 10 plays.
Wow.
57 yards total. So that's what this Leopard offense needs to do, is just to kind of grind the clock, run the football, and keep that DIBOLL offense off the field.
Ryan Abel in the shotgun. 3 wides for the Leopards. Throwback. Got Camden Brock. Trying to screen. He slips a tackle. 40. Camden, 45. Camden Brock at the 45, 40. Knocked out of bounds around the 30. They're going to say right at the 40-yard line. Big first down by Camden Brock there on the screen pass.
Yeah, 25-yard gain, David. And really great job by the 6'4" Brock to kind of get under those tackles as he was bottled up.
Yeah.
And then uses his big frame to get down the field all the way to the 40-yard line, and another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Once again, Leopards going with tempo. Abel's looking to throw this time, getting some pressure up the middle. He'll throw it out in the flat to Rhett Hansen. Nice catch by Rhett. 30, 20, 10, 5. Flag down, going to come back, but touchdown Rhett Hansen. I believe they're going to get Porter on a hold.
Yeah, well, they're going to get Porter for a block in the back, and you could see it coming.
Look at there's 3 flags on
You wanted to say, Jaden, don't do it, and he tried to get around as close to the side as he could. But still, it's an easy call. So it's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So, great catch by Rhett Hansen as he kind of came out of the backfield in the flat, and as Abel was kind of flush to his right, he hit Hansen, who made a great catch. But it should be enough. After they mark the penalty off, it should be enough for a first down.
It's going to be right there at the first down marker. They should say first down, but they have yet to move the chains, and I guess they're going to do a measurement.
Which really surprises me I guess wherever they're stepping off the penalty from, it's either a first down or it's not.
Yeah. Well,
it's either first and an inch, or it's first and 10 going the other way. It doesn't really matter. This is just kind of funny to me that you're gonna stop the clock, stop the game.
Well, and my thought honestly was that they marked the block further back than it actually happened.
Yeah, it did seem it was closer to about the 10-yard line. But this is what again, I'm not an official, but I don't understand. We're gonna measure, and for the folks listening at home, they're gonna measure to see if where they mark the ball after the penalty is a first down. If it's not, it's still going to be first down, but only about an inch or 2 inches.
This is the shortest first down I've ever seen in my entire life.
Or they just go ahead and move the chains and start it and give the Leopards another Jesse Britt Automotive first down, and it'd be first and 10 from the 30.
So it still says second down on the down marker on the far side of the field.
It shouldn't be.
Regardless, it's literally 3 inches until the first, to the line to gain, and now they do change it. It's first down and 3 inches. 3 wide receivers. Camden Brock out to the near side of the field. Jaden Porter. Payson Taylor to the far side of the field. Ryan Abel in the backfield along with Rhett Hansen. Ryan gets the call from the sideline. He goes up, tells the offensive line. Abel has the snap, hands it off to Hansen behind a block, puts his shoulder down inside the 25, inside the 20. Rhett Hansen all the way down to the 15-yard line. First down, Leopards.
And again, Rhett Hansen doing the yeoman's work, runs over number 34, Jaden Adams, right in the middle of the field, just puts his shoulder down, and who's going to be the bigger man? Hansen picks it up all the way down to the 15-yard line, and another Jesse Britt Automotive first down. And now an interesting formation here as Ryan Abel comes out of the game, and Reed Mickna comes into the ball game along with Hansen.
So Hansen in the Wildcat. He's offset by Reed Mickner to the right-hand side. They're going to run. Mickner's going to block. Hansen breaks the first tackle, steps out of bounds right around the 11-yard line, and that'll be a pickup of about 4 on first down. Clock stops at 5:08 with here in the first quarter. Leopards up 7-0 here in Bryan, Texas at Merrill Green Stadium.
And David, I think Lorena's done such a good job at balancing their offense all year, mixing the run and the pass when they need to. And right now, we've seen them go heavy with the running game here to start this regional final.
3 wide receivers, ball spotted at the 11-yard line. They need the 5 for the next first down. We had Cason Taylor in the slot on the far side of the field, was trying to hold off from falling forward, but he had to go to the ground to do it, and they call a false start against Cason. And that'll back the Leopards up 5 yards, and we'll bring up second down and 10 now.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was doing all he could. He was just kind of leaning too far. And
check that 11. Sorry.
His momentum took him forward. But, yeah, back to the 16-yard line and about second and 11.
This time Kai Ritchie moves on the right side of the line, and Leopards having difficulty. Ritchie will come off the field, and Caleb Blannett will come in. And now the Leopards will be faced with a 2nd and 16. So what was a second and very manageable, now suddenly 2nd and long as the clock is at 5:02 here in the first quarter. Ryan Abel's on the field. He's got Rhett Hansen to his left, Cason Taylor, Jaden Porter, and Camden Brock to the top of your screen. Abel's going to roll towards them to throw. Squares up, throws downfield, caught at the sticks. Porter, 10. Porter puts his shoulder down, be knocked down to the ground right around the 6-yard line. It'll be about a yard short, but a nice pickup there, Jared, to get all that yardage back.
Yeah, good to see Porter getting involved in the game early, Abel finding his favorite target on the season. Now the Leopards looking to pick up another first down.
Leopards with tempo again, Abel. Now they're going to have movement again.
And David, I think this is one of the things sometimes when you do go tempo like this in the ball game, and you're trying to go on that first sound, that the guys kind of get in a rhythm, and then all of a sudden you stop to wait and see what the defense is going to do, and those guys are thinking that they're ready to fire off the ball, and just kind of some miscommunication there across that Leopard offensive line.
That's the third false start in 4 plays. Here we go, Leopards. Let's get it together a little bit, guys. Handoff, delay, Red Hansen up the middle. Red Hansen 10, Red Hansen 5. He's bouncing off tacklers. They'll finally get him to the ground, but not before he picks up a first and goal to go at the 4-yard line.
And, David, you're saying that he's bouncing off tacklers. I would argue that he is moving defenders out of the way.
That they're bouncing off
They
him.
are bouncing off of him as he keeps moving forward and takes the ball inside the 5-yard line down to the 4, and another Jesse Britt Automotive first down. Leopards now with first and goal as the clock's going to dip under 4 minutes here on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. Leopards up 7-0.
Leopards trying to punch their ticket to the final 8. Actually, the final 4, excuse me. Here's a handoff. Up the middle, touchdown Leopards. Reed Mickner in for the 4-yard touchdown run, and the Leopards go up 13-0 with 3:50 left here in the first.
And David, a great job by Riley Boozer and Wyatt Jones on the left side of that offensive line, just kind of pushing their guys out, and Mickner cuts up underneath them and takes it in for the big Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown.
On to do the extra point duties is Cole Nugent. Taylor Cargill, the holder. He calls for the snap, puts it down. Nugent's kick on the way, and it is right through the fork. And the Leopards are up 14-0 here in the first quarter with 3:50 remaining. We'll take a commercial break and come back with more of the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards playoff football right after this.
CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
Welcome back into Merrill Green Stadium. David Gibson, Jared Brown, thanks for joining us tonight. We hope you're getting a chance to watch the Leopards on Texan Live as well as listen to us here in the booth. And Leopards going up 14-0 to start the football game, looking outstanding doing it. Not the explosive plays, maybe, Jared, that we've been used to it quite as much this season, but picking it up, in smaller chunks.
Well, we're starting to see, the Leopard skill players do what they do. Camden Brock with a great job. Rhett Hansen catching the ball well out of the backfield, and also Jaden Porter getting his first catch, and they're making guys miss and picking up a lot of yards after contact.
Connor Pewitt swings his leg. Nice helicoptering kick all the way down near the 5-yard line. Up the middle of the field. Going to be slung down and tackled right up near the 16, 17-yard line. That was Zach Phipps, the junior, and that's where the Lumberjacks will take over. I want to knock on wood, Jared, but we haven't seen Jacoby Watts really do anything at all yet in this game.
He's been playing on defense so far. I haven't seen him out there. He wasn't out there on offense on the first series.
Yeah.
But great job by Cameron Elston there to stop Phipps, kind of hang on, and then allow the cavalry to come and finish him off.
Well, and here we go right now. Just as we say that, here he is in the slot to the near side of the field. So there's 3 wide receivers. Jacoby Watts is the slot receiver on the near side. He's being guarded by Michael Moore. Here's the handoff up the middle. Big hole. 30. 40. Going to be a race to the end zone. Here comes Mickna from behind. He will tackle him down at the 30-yard line. Big gainer there for the Lumberjacks on first down.
Yeah, James Johnson Jr. took the ball over the right side. And, David, what we saw there is the Leopards rolled their safety, Drew Britton, over to kind of bracket Jacoby Watts, which left the right side of the field kind of empty into the secondary, and then a solid job by that DIBOLL offensive line, and James Johnson Jr. running right behind him. He gets into that second level quick, and it was a foot race. Luckily, Reed Mickna was able to drag him down for the touchdown save and tackle, but not before he gets it all the way into Leopard territory at about the 33-yard line.
Jacoby Watts in the slot to the near side again, same formation. This time it's a keeper by Ariano, the quarterback. He's across the 30. Going to pick up about 4 there on first down. Will bring up second down and 6. Looks like they need about the 22-yard line to pick up a new set of downs. So second down and 6 as the clock is at 2:57.
Yeah, that's about a 52-yard run by James Johnson Jr., and that's what DIBOLL's going to need tonight, and what the Leopards really hope to avoid are those big plays.
No doubt about it. You can see what they want to do. James Johnson Jr. now in the pistol behind Ariano. Ball again is spotted at the 28. They need the 22. They're going to fake the handoff. Here comes Bankster. Pass downfield. One-on-one situation. Is it caught? Wow. An incredible catch there by Phipps for the touchdown. And unfortunately, we don't have the benefit of replay. I'll see if I can catch it on the screen here. The lofted downfield. One-handed catch. He tips it up to himself, goes to the turf.
Yeah, Colton
and
Dale
appears to have caught it.
Did everything he could on that play defensively. You just got to kind of tip your cap to Zach Phipps, who went out with his right hand and kind of hit the ball and got his other hand on it and came down with it.
Here's the kick on the way, and the kick is good. So like that, the DIBOLL Lumberjacks respond, and with 2:30 remaining, the Leopards will get another chance. Lead 14-7. We'll take a commercial break and come back with more of Leopards playoff football right after this.
Faced with an auto repair, all you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jesse Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jesse Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jesse's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jesse Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jesse Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jesse Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service.
And welcome back into Merrill Green Stadium. David Gibson, Jared Brown here in the booth as we are excited to see the Leopards up 14-7, Jared. But a nice drive there, a nice response there by DIBOLL. And man, it's just the 4th round of the playoffs. You'd expect that,
right? They got the 2 big plays. The big run from James Johnson Jr. and then the pass from Ray Ariano to Zach Phipps. So really just 2 plays, and they're in the end zone. See if the Leopards can respond.
Here's the kick, popped up. Going to be caught at the 35. Michael Moore will fair catch, and that's where the Leopards will take over. So nice job by Michael to be a heads up and aware of that kick.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what you'd expect from a senior like Michael Moore, who's out there for a reason, does the smart thing, puts his hand up, fair catch. Leopards are going to take over at their own 35-yard line. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
So first down and 10 for the Leopards at the 35. Ryan Abel, the quarterback. Reed Mickna back there with him. Mickna goes out into the flat. Abel's looking to throw. He's in trouble. He's going to try to get away. Throws the ball out of bounds, incomplete, as he was pressured and in the grasp, but gets it away, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, really good job by Abel, kind of showing off his arm strength there. It looked like he had Mickna out in the flat on the right side. It just was getting pressure from the right side, so he couldn't quite step that way. But was able to throw it out of bounds, and Leopards will, snap it again here on 2nd and 10.
3 wides to the top of the field. Michael Moore, Kason Taylor, Camden Brock. Going to throw it towards Michael Moore. 40, 45, and pushed out of bounds after he gets a first down. Leopards up near the 46-yard line.
Yeah, looks like he'll have enough for another Jessup Automotive first down, and just good job by Moore, kind of getting up, tiptoeing along the sideline and getting by some DIBOLL defenders, picking up the first down before going out of bounds.
So Michael Moore will stay on now. Camden Brock and Kason Taylor to the near side of the field. Caleb Blanick is the tight end, lined up right. Michael Moore lined up in a tight formation. Blanick will go in motion and reset to the left side now in front of Michael Moore. Abel, low snap, hands it off to Mickna. He's looking for room. Bounces at 50, 45. Mickna makes a man miss. Down inside, the ball's on the turf. Fumble, and it looks like DIBOLL thinks they have it. No official signal yet. Mickna, and it is DIBOLL football. So a lot of life on the far sideline right now as Reed Mickna fumbles the football, and it's recovered by DIBOLL at the Lorena at their own 39-yard line, at the DIBOLL 39-yard line.
And you hate to see that for Reed. He did such a good job kind of getting out and breaking some tackles, and then it looked like couldn't quite catch who it was, came in and just kind of popped the ball out because it bounced about 2 or 3 yards back from where he was. And at that point, there's only DIBOLL defenders around him. They're able to jump on the ball, but a big turnover here late in the first quarter.
So Leopards not real sharp, even though they are up 14-7. Not as sharp as we've seen them here to start this football game. See if we can get out of this situation. Handoff to Johnson. He is going to be corralled at the line of scrimmage and pushed backwards. They'll give him credit to the 40-yard line, so that's a pickup of 1. So the line of scrimmage was the 39. He gets to the 40 for a pickup of 1. They need their own 49 for the line to gain. 2nd down, clock running at 1 minute 47 seconds here in the first quarter play.
Yeah, Leopards kind of going with a big defensive line there. You got Cody Thorne and Jackson Blackwell at the tackles, and then Joe Gutshall, and I think it's Baxter Bankston at the defensive ends. So Leopards really trying to plug up the middle of the line.
Colby Stewart and Jacoby Watts are the wide receivers to the near side. They get keeper by Ariano. He's across the 40. Ball's on the ground, pops up in the air. They're going to say he was down. The official is emphatic as Jaden Porter was running that was Braylon Henry was running the other way towards the end zone, but the official was emphatic that he was down. Pickup of about 4 on that carry, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
And a lot of the Lorena fans are pointing toward the video board, wanting to see the replay. And I tend to want to go with the officials on this one, David.
Yeah.
As that ball came out, as hard as it came out and bounced straight up in the air,
yeah.
I don't know how he could have fumbled it. But nonetheless, a big stop for the Leopards. Now DIBOLL facing about a 3rd and long 6.
Big 3rd down, Colby Stewart and Jacoby Watts to the near side of the field. James Johnson Jr. is the running back, number 20 in the backfield behind Ray Ariano. Ariano's going to throw, and they whistles blow, and I think we're going to have a timeout DIBOLL, and we will. So, tell you what, let's go ahead and take one in the booth. The clock is at 36 seconds here in the first quarter. Been a fun, fast start here to this football game. Right back with the last 30 seconds of play after this commercial break.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery. If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
Welcome back into Brian Merrill Green Stadium. 36 seconds left as DIBOLL has the ball at their own 43-yard line. They need their own 49, so it's 3rd down and 6. Big play as they just recently recovered a Reed Mickna fumble and have a lot of momentum right now. 3 wideouts to the near side of the field. James Johnson Jr. in the backfield on 3rd and 6. Ariano's looking to throw, getting pressure from Gutshaw. He's going to flush him. Throws the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down and 6. Should be a punting situation. We'll wait and see as they have the ball near midfield.
Yeah, you saw Joe Gutshaw just beat his man to the outside, and he'd kind of moved out to defensive end, flushed Ariano out of the pocket. He threw it away to the right, but there wasn't anybody anywhere on that side of the field. So
yeah, you're right. He was clearly trying to get out of there.
But yeah, it looks like DIBOLL is going to send their punt team out.
Kaysen Taylor and Colton Dale back deep to receive, standing inside the 25-yard line. Kaysen with the black gloves, Colton with the white gloves. Here's the punt. Nice kick. Going to be caught in the 20. Up the middle of the field, 25-30. 35. Scrum forms there at the 37-yard line, and the officials will let it expire up near the 38, and that's where the Leopards will take over with 16 seconds left in the first quarter.
And, David, right there we saw why the Leopards like to go with what they call the 9-man front with 2 returners. Kaysen Taylor was able to catch that punt, and Colton Dale came in and acted as the lead blocker, which allowed him to return the punt, not have to call for a fair catch, and they get much better field position, about 15 yards difference as the Leopards look to start their next offensive series at their own 38-yard line.
Great point. Great point on that. Kai Ritchie is the tight end. Kaysen Taylor, Jaden Porter near side receivers. Camden Brock by himself in one-on-one situation. No, there's no safety over Brock at the top of your screen. Kaysen Taylor goes in motion. Abel fakes it to him, now rolls to the near side, under pressure, throws downfield. Intended for Porter, but out of bounds and incomplete. And that'll stop the clock with 11 seconds here in the first.
Yeah, you could tell what they were trying to do was pull the safety out of the way and then allow for Ryan Abel to roll to his right and hit Jaden Porter on the out route. Play just kind of took a little bit too long to develop, and Abel wasn't able to get the pass to Porter inbounds.
Terrific contingent of fans made the trip down Highway 6 to Bryan, Texas. Watching their Leopards jump out 14-7 here in the first quarter. Kaysen Taylor again goes in motion. They're going to give it up the middle. Breaks the tackle, 40, 45, fighting across the first down marker. First down Leopards into DIBOLL Lumberjack territory at the 49.
And David, that's Rhett Hansen again, just over the left side, just absolutely bruising as a running back tonight. And I've got to say that I think this is the best that I've seen Rhett Hansen run the ball all year. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter where your Leopards are up 14-7 on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard.
All right, Jared, appreciate that. Let's go ahead and take a commercial break as well. Leopards up 14-7. Survived a little bit of a momentum swing there. We'll come back with the second quarter of play on the Syntex Pond broadcast right after this commercial break from CF Supply.
For 40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
Welcome back into Merrill Green Stadium. David Gibson and Jared Brown up here in the catbird seat as your Leopards are leading 14-7 over the DIBOLL Lumberjacks. Just crossed over into Lumberjack territory. Actually, they're going to mark them back to the Leopards 49. So, and Jared, they have a first down that they have yet to. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I've lost my mind. Never mind.
Switching ends, David. Switching ends.
Thank you, Jared. All right. Fakes to Kaysen Taylor. Ryan Abel got the pressure up the middle. He's rolling, throws the ball away and incomplete.
And this is where you know again, you take nothing away from Ryan Abel's arm, but his legs aren't his greatest asset. But right there, he had a lot of room on the right to run. If he's able to get past the one defender, he's got nothing but green acres in front of him.
11:51 here on the second quarter clock. 3 wide receivers to the top of the field. Rhett Hansen is the running back with Abel. Abel has it. He's looking to the far side to throw. Right across the middle, caught by Porter at the 42. Porter 40. Porter 35-30, trying to get to the corner. 20, 15, 10. Porter all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And David, we just saw Jaden Porter being the phenomenal athlete that he is, kind of running that kind of a mini slant. He doesn't come all the way across the field, catches it in the perfect spot, able to hit him in a great pass, and then he just comes continues to come across the field from his right to his left and takes it all the way down inside the 5-yard line for a Leopard Jessup Automotive first down.
First and goal to go. He gives to Hanson right at the middle. Huge hole, touchdown, Leopards.
And that's the first touchdown, or we saw the left side of the line and Reed Mickna. This time we saw the right side of the line, Marshall Vrana and Casey Disserens, along with Elijah Turley, opening up that big hole for Red Hanson to take it in for the big Lentz Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown.
Leopards respond to the momentum from the Diboll Lumberjacks, now lead 20-7. And Cole Nugent on to kick, awaiting the snap. Taylor Cargill has the low snap, does a great job putting it down, and the kick is up through the fork. So credit Taylor Cargill there by getting that snap in position, and credit Connor Nugent with the kick. Leopards up 21-7.
Holding is not an easy task, not for the faint of heart, and great job by Taylor Cargill to field that ball. Looked a little short, and he got it put on the tee for Cole Nugent, who split the uprights. Leopards extend their lead to 21-7 with 11:34 here in the second quarter on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard.
Yeah, and a conversation going on with the officials down. There's no flag on the field. Let me start by saying that, but there is an ongoing conversation, and it looks like now one of the officials is going over to talk to the Diboll head coach. So not sure exactly what that's about, but looks like everything's going to stand. So Leopards come on and then get ready to kick the ball away up 21-7. Leopards trying to punch their ticket to the semis, to the state semis. How's that sound?
I mean, I think we talked a little bit about it on the way down here, and I want to save that for maybe more toward the end of the game. Just some kind of pieces of history, should we say, that this Leopard team can achieve should they be able to win the football game tonight.
So Connor Pewitt is stepping off his steps, getting ready to kick the ball. Raises his hand, starts his approach, and swings his leg. Toe meets leather, ball downfield, going to be caught around the 9-yard line. Across the 15, spins out of a tackle, 20, 25. That's Jacoby Watts, his first real action of the game. He's going to get all the way up to the 28 or 9-yard line, and that's where the Lumberjacks will take over from there.
And a good job, I think, by Jackson Generals, kind of as Jacoby Watts tried to hurdle some people. Generals wasn't fooled, kind of was able to catch him and bring him down to the ground. And if you're this Leopard defense and special teams, I think that's a great first opportunity to kind of get your hands on Jacoby Watts, pop some pads a little bit, get some hits in, and kind of welcome him to this football game.
Yeah. I got to be honest, I'm definitely surprised that he hasn't been more involved at this point. We're a full quarter into this football game, and everything on tape says he's the straw that stirs the drink for them. Here's the Ariano looking to throw, lost the ball down the middle field in a double coverage, got a man there.
And it's
intercepted by the Leopards. Drew Britton at the 43-yard line.
And David, we talked about this. That was intended for Jacoby Watts. The Leopards had him bracketed perfectly with Michael Moore over the top, Drew Britton underneath, and Ariano kind of he likes to put a little air under the ball when he throws it, and so Britton was able to stay underneath and then just out jump Jacoby Watts and come down with the big interception. So the Leopards are going to get the ball at their own 44-yard line, going back the other way on offense.
.44-yard line. There is 11 minutes and 18 seconds left here at halftime. Leopards coming alive here a little bit to start this second quarter. Ryan Abel waiting for it. He's going to hand it off to Mickna, looking for room. Going to be pushed backwards after about a yard gain. They'll give him the 45-yard line. And so that's bring it up second down and 9.
Yeah, gain of 1 there by Mickna, and really, credit that the Diboll defensive line for getting some push there. He had big 44, and I don't know if I think we called him Elijah Freeman earlier. Not sure if he switched from 52 or not, but again, that big Diboll defensive line across the front with Jeremiah Gums and also Zakedrick Jenkins on the defensive line for Diboll.
Porter comes in motion. They fake it to him. They throw down the middle field. Caught by Cason Taylor. Looked like he caught it. and then maybe fumbled it. We'll wait and see. The official is going to say.
How they can call this a complete pass and a fumble, I have no idea.
I totally agree with you, Jared. I thought he never had possession of it.
And the side judge is coming in and making the call.
And he's going to say incomplete.
Pass.
Wow, that was almost a really badly blown call by the officiating crew. Credit that side official for clearing it up.
I tell you what that did, David. One of the things that we saw there is by bringing Jaden Porter in motion, it pulled another defensive back across. If Casey Taylor makes that catch and breaks that tackle, there's nobody on that side. Again, he's got nothing but green acres in his, in front of him, and no pig named Arnold to chase him. So, but Leopards kind of escape one there.
10:27 left here before halftime. Abel on a rollout this time. Mickna's in there to block for him. Abel lofts it downfield. Caught. Kaysen Taylor, 45. Kaysen slips the tackle, 40. Kaysen still on his feet inside the 35. First down, Leopards inside Lumberjack territory.
Great throw by Ryan Abel to Kaysen Taylor, and then just an outstanding block by Jaden Porter to allow Kaysen Taylor another about 6 or 7 yards after the catch. Abel moving quickly. Reed Mickna to his left. He's going to take the snap. Mickna's going to go over the right side. Not a whole lot of room. And that's where we see number 44, Elijah Freeman, stopping Mickna for no gain. And we've got an injured Leopard down on the field. And that is not good news, as it is Reed Mickna, as head athletic trainer Whitney Rogers goes out to check on him. But Mickna is down and looks to be in a bit of pain. Coach Biles will head out there to check on his senior running back, defensive back as well. And maybe it's something that he landed on the ball funny and maybe got the wind knocked out of him. Not quite sure.
Yeah, they're not working on any part of his joints, and he gets up and claps his hands and appears to be okay. Doesn't show any signs of limping or anything of that nature, so hopefully nothing but maybe a little got his bell rung or something, and we'll be okay. 10 minutes and 1 second left here before halftime. Leopards inside Lumberjack territory, 2nd down and 9. They need the 24 for the next set of downs. Abel looking to throw. Across the middle. Porter's there. 25-20. Porter into the secondary. 15. Puts his shoulder down. Fighting his way towards the 10-yard line. They'll finally wrestle him down, but not before it's 1st and goal to go. Leopards at the 9.
Jaden Porter fighting for every yard like a man possessed. Again, they kind of hit that little slant across the middle. Porter's in the slot, and he just kind of runs a quick little slant. Abel hits him in perfect stride. And Porter takes it for a big Jessup Automotive first down all the way inside the 10-yard line to about the 8, where it's 1st and goal for the Leopards.
Red Hansen in there. Joe Gutshaw lined up at right tackle. They're going to run it. Hansen, huge hole at the middle. They won't even touch him. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Leopards. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, now you see, what can happen when this Leopard offense gets firing on all cylinders, mixing the pass with the runs, really got the DIBOLL defense on their heels. And there we see Red Hansen take it in for the 8-yard touchdown run. Again, he wasn't even touched as he went through the big hole through the left side.
Fans, I mean, and hopefully you're getting a chance to watch the Texan Live while you're listening to us. But if you're not, this Leopard offensive line is the real deal. Here's the kick by Cole Nugent. It's right through the fork, and it's good. So our score is 28-7. We'll go ahead and take a commercial break and come back with more of the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football right after this.
Driveway problems? Look no further than the Driveway Company. We deliver the highest level of professional service and care for each and every customer. We're trained, courteous, and take pride in our finished results. If you have a driveway, patio, pool, or other concrete problem, do what hundreds of other customers have already done. Trust the experts and schedule an appointment today to find out what the Driveway Company can do for you.
Yes, sir.
9:23 here in the second quarter left before halftime. David Gibson, Jared Brown, and
David,
Jared, really almost our first chance to catch our breath as well, if you will, here a little bit. We haven't even had a chance to give one of the Driveway Company stats updates. So
yeah, I mean,
not very many of them.
Looking right now, total offense through this first part of the second quarter is Leopards with 244 yards of total offense, DIBOLL with 92. Of course, 75 coming on the 2 plays, the big long run by James Johnson Jr. and then the pass to Phipps for the touchdown. So again, Leopard defense really playing well tonight and stepping up, and then this, the offense behind Hanson and Abel Porter and Casey Taylor just doing what they do.
Connor Pewitt swings his leg, toe meets leather, high end over end kick, going to be fielded at the 9. Slowly running upfield, 15-20. Now tries to turn on the burners, and he'll get up across the 20-yard line. Leopards stop him there. Braylon Henry having a little bit of a conversation with the Lumberjacks, and that's where things will start for DIBOLL.
Yeah, and it looked like, I'm not sure if Connor Pewitt kind of came down to make that tackle, but it looked like Jacoby Watts kind of slipped a little bit, and then Henry kind of came in there a tad bit late, and I think Jacoby Watts was asking him nicely not to hit him.
Not to do that?
Not to hit him after he was on the ground.
I wonder what Braylon said.
I think he said he'll do his best to hit him before the whistle.
9:17 left here before halftime. Leopards up 28-7. James Johnson Jr. is the tailback behind Ariano in the pistol. Gives it to Junior. He's looking for room. He does got a big hole. Look out, 30, 35. Goes behind him in 40, 45, 50, 45. Going to be corralled there near the sideline and finally pushed out of bounds by Drew Britton inside Lorena territory down to the 33. That's a second run like that in the game.
Yeah,
for Johnson.
And obviously they're going to need to make an adjustment on the defensive line there as he kind of came across the right side. So not sure where he started from, but he's taking it all the way down inside the into Leopard territory down to the 33-yard line. And so James Johnson Jr. with 2 big runs here in the first half of this game.
Colby Stewart lined up wide to the far side of the field. Zach Phipps to the near side. They hand it off to James Johnson Jr. again. Joe Gutshaw got him in his arms, and he'll fall forward down to the 29-yard line to pick up a 4 there on first down. And really, James Johnson Jr., nice running back there. He's not an easy back to bring down.
No, and that's really the first time I think I've seen Joe Gutshaw wrap his arms around somebody and not either pull them back, going in the opposite direction, or for no gain, but actually pulled him forward a little bit, and he needed help from Drew Britton.
8:42 on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. Clock running, Leopards up 28-7. Ray Ariano, the quarterback, he stands at the Leopards 33. Fakes the handoff to Johnson, looking to throw down the middle of the field. One-on-one situation, caught inside the 5. They're going to spot him down at the 1-yard line. It's complete.
This isn't, I can't. Now the official on this sideline threw his hat, which usually means that he went out of bounds. And it's my understanding that he has to reestablish himself in bounds, but I didn't think he could be the first person to touch the ball.
Well, but he looked as though he was talking to the official right then and showing as though he was pushed. He was making a pushed motion, and I think they're going to say that the catch stands, and so they have the ball first and goal to go. They're at the 1. 8:11 here left before halftime. First and goal from the 1, and I got to think that this one's going to go to James Johnson Jr. They got Gums in there at fullback. They hand it off up the middle. Johnson Jr. pushes his way across the line of scrimmage, and it's the touchdown Lumberjacks.
Yep, and we see it again, David, where a big play from DIBOLL, the big run from James Johnson Jr., and then the long pass down to the 1-yard line, and really a 3-play drive, and DIBOLL's in the end zone.
Joe Gutshaw really upset after that play. Got up and turned around and looked for Jeremiah Gums, big number 24. Guys, he weighs about 300 pounds as a fullback. Here's the kick on the way. Kick is plenty long, looks straight, and it is. And so that brings our score to 28-14 with 7:56 left before halftime. Leopards on top. We'll take a commercial break and come back with more of the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards playoff football.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
All right, here we go. 7:56 left before halftime. Davey Gibson and Jared Brown coming to you live from Merrill Green Stadium. Leopards on top here in this Region 3 final. Leopards' first Region 3 final since 2009. And I believe DIBOLL's first, if I read the stat right, since 1989. So it's been a long time for the Lumberjacks. Sure, nobody wants to go home at this point. And they managed to scratch out another score there to bring the score to 28-14 on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. Brian Patlin is the kicker. Patlin approaches the ball, kicks it towards the far sideline. Going to be caught at the 28. On the run, 30, 35, 40, 45. Puts his shoulder down across the 45. I think that's Kaysen Taylor. It is, and a great job by Kaysen to take what was attempted. Really, they're trying to get us to fair catch it there.
Right.
And he manages to pick up an extra 15 yards.
Yeah, takes it almost to midfield. The Leopards will start their own 48-yard line. David, while we got a quick second, I wanted to pass along some other scores from 3A Division I. Halftime, Mount Vernon leads West 10-0, so good game going on there. And then Lago Vista leads Industrial 18-7. A couple minutes left to go in the second quarter. And then last night, Brock defeated Whitesboro 49-14.
Thanks, Jared. Appreciate that. Here's Ryan Abel. He'll hand it off to Red Hansen up the middle. Another good hole. Nice push by the Leopards offensive line. Good for about 7 yards there on first down. And that'll bring up second down and a long 3. The Leopards need the DIBOLL 42 for the line to gain.
David, I think if you're Lorena right now, you kind of want to try to grind the clock a little bit, maybe wind it down and not give DIBOLL a lot of time as you try to go down and score points before the end of the second quarter.
I like that strategy for sure. Abel, though, looking to throw instead, getting a lot of pressure. He's going to roll. Going to have to throw it away, I believe, out of bounds, incomplete. Porter was in the area, but that was definitely not intended to be catchable, and that'll bring up a third down in about 3 or 4. Clock stops with 7:16 here before halftime. Leopards up 28-14. Leopards received the ball to start the game and marched downfield and scored. So DIBOLL will get the ball to start the second half. So, Jared, really a good point and something to think about. You don't want to score, give it back to them, let them score, and then let them get it again.
Right.
Have a chance to break a serve, really, without you having much to say about it. Here's Porter in motion. They fake it to him. Instead to Hansen. Hansen's hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll fight forward for no gain, actually, and that'll bring up fourth down. So, Jared, got to think the Leopards here probably go for it, don't you? Or it's definitely close to no man's land.
I'm trying to sneak a peek next door to the Lorena coaches booth to see what's going on. But they're going to come out in punt formation. But we know we've seen Jaden Porter do his thing before.
Baxter Bankson also runs on late here in the punt formation. Elijah Turley.
So I would look for Porter to maybe kind of take off on this one and see if he can't get the first down, then just kind of pooch it.
He's going to kick it away. High end over end kick. Going to be fair caught inside the 10, bounce at the 5, and go down at the 1 yard line. Incredible job by Cameron Elston to get down there and kill that football at the 1.
Wow. And I thought for sure that ball was bouncing into the end zone.
Hard to tell from our angle, but I agree.
But great job by Elston to get down there and really not only keep it from going in the end zone, but keep his body from falling into the end zone and down it. Really, I mean, it's hard to get any closer to the goal line. But, I mean, definitely inside the 1 yard line. Looks like you got 6:24 left to go here in the second quarter on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. Leopards up 28-14.
Let's see what DIBOLL decides to do. Obviously, a little bit of a precarious situation for them. Do they try to get, run the ball a yard or two ahead, or do they throw the, very, very tight formation, everybody in tight?
This we got to watch for the play action.
Here's the pitch. James Johnson Jr. does manage to get his way out of the end zone, but he doesn't pick up anything. In fact, he may have lost a half a yard. That'll bring up second down and, well, probably 10-ish, if you will. They need the 11-yard line. That ball appears to be spotted inside the 1. It is.
Yeah, this is where I really think you got to be careful for the play action pass. You get into this tight set. Everybody's keying on number 20, and they're gonna they can forget about a tight end or somebody who slips out of the line.
Handoff up the middle, across the 5, pickup of about 4. They're going to spot him down just across the 5, and so
that was Jeremiah Gums, from his up back position, just to give DIBOLL a little breathing room.
Jeremiah Gums is a large man, and he is, as I've said before, he kind of plays in the middle linebacker position, but they'll bring him up like a defensive lineman, and he also plays in the backfield on these jumbo package formations, if you will. Here's a big play now, third down and about 5. Ball spotted just inside the 6. They need the 11 for the line to gain. Ariano's under center. He is going to bootleg, under pressure, throws it out. It's going to be caught. Trouble. 20, 25, 30. That's James Johnson Jr. He'll have more than enough for a first down, and the DIBOLL Lumberjacks get some breathing room.
Yeah, again, they ran that play action, and Jeremiah Gums kind of came to the right side of the line, which allowed James Johnson Jr. to slip out to the left, and Ariano's kind of rolled to his right and then threw back to his left. So great play call by Blake Morrison, the head coach for DIBOLL, that gets DIBOLL a lot of breathing room all the way out to their own 31-yard line.
4:46 left on the clock here in Bryan, Texas, from Merrill Green Stadium. Here come the Lumberjacks out of the huddle. Everybody in tight. Pitches the ball. That's Watts. He is going to be hit near the line of scrimmage. I think they might give him a 1 yard, but nice job there by the Leopards to hang around and make that tackle.
Yeah, Cody Thorne and Jackson Blackwell both kind of got through the line and really forced that play to go a little wider than they were expecting, so only about a gain of 2 on first down.
Jackson Blackwell comes off the field, being replaced by Joe Gutshaw. Michael Moore back there, along with Reed Mickna, Braylon Henry, Andrew Britton, Cameron Elston, Colton Dale, Kaysen Taylor, Joe Gutshaw, Kaysen Pitts in there at right end, Baxter Bankston, and Cody Thorne. 2nd down and 8. Ariano's looking to throw. Far side of the field, down the middle. Going to be intercepted by Colton Dale. He'll be tackled from behind. That ball was intended for Colby Stewart, and Colton Dale's there to save the day.
Again, a great job by Colton Dale, just establishing that inside position, not giving it up. And again, we talked about at the beginning of the game that Ray Ariano, while he does have a good arm, he tends to put a little bit of air under the ball, which allowed Colton Dale to kind of run underneath it. That ball was underthrown as it was, really making it an easy interception for Dale. Now the Leopards have 3 minutes and 45 seconds, all 3 timeouts, and looking to go down and score some points.
Camden Brock, one-on-one coverage here to the near side. There's no safety over the top. Here comes Porter. They give it to him on the sweep. Porter at the 40. Porter gives a stiff arm up to the 45. Porter all the way up to the 47-yard line, close to a Lorena first down. And they're going to give him the first down. That's a Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
And that'll stop the clock while they move the chains, which should allow the Leopards to kind of move with some tempo here and try to save their timeouts.
You got to
get down into DIBOLL territory.
You got to love the toughness that Jaden Porter runs with after he gets the ball, man. I mean, he is definitely trying to give the contact to the other team. Here's going to be a timeout DIBOLL, and we'll take one here in the booth. 3:24 left here in the second quarter before halftime. Your Leopards are up 28-14 and moving. We'll be back with the remaining part of the second quarter here right before halftime on the Syntex Pond broadcast right after this.
CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
And welcome back into Merrill Green Stadium. 3:24 left before halftime. Leopards with the ball up 28-14. 1st and 10 Leopards from their own 47-yard line. Camden Brock to the near side. Jaden Porter in the slot. Kaysen Taylor to the top of your screen. Abel looking to throw. Mick now in the backfield. Caught Porter across the middle 50. Porter jumps over a man 45 and out of bounds. Unbelievable.
Well, you really got to feel for Jaden Adams, the DIBOLL linebacker. He's been run over multiple times by Rhett Hansen, and now he tries to get low, and Jaden Porter just hurdles right over him. Picks up 9 yards.
Can't believe we get Porter for 2 more years. That's incredible. Here's the handoff, Mickna. Tries to bounce it at the 45. He slips out of a tackle and fights his way forward for another Lorena first down. Could have been tackled for a loss there, Jared, and just simply, spun out of it. Got the first down.
He refuses to go down.
Porter will come out, and Michael Moore will replace him. He's the receiver here on the near sideline. Camden Brock to the top of the field. 1st and 10 Leopards at the 42. Reed Migna up the middle. Good push by the Leopards. Down inside the 40 to the 36. Pickup of about 6 there on first down.
Yeah, solid job by Reed, just kind of following his blockers there.
Give him 7. No, 6.
And glad to see him back in the ballgame after.
Yeah, exactly.
After being a little gimpy earlier.
3 wides to the near side. Cameron Brock, Michael Moore, Cason Taylor. Reed Migna stays in the block. Ryan Abel rolls towards the receivers. He's going to sling it down there. Caught. Michael Moore gets a foot down inside the 30, right at the 26-yard line, and that's another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
Great catch by Michael Moore. So you have all those receivers kind of flooding to the left there, and at 3 different levels. Abel picks out Moore, who really makes an athletic catch, gets the foot in bounds, picks up another first down and stops the clock.
2:27 is where that clock does stop. Caleb Blanick lined out to the near side. Delay draw to Migna. He's got the 25, 20. Migna tries to jump over a man. Flag comes in. I think we're going to get a hold back around the 25-yard line. That'll probably come back because Jeremiah Gumbs has got his hand palms up and saying, will you call this thing, please?
Yeah, right, and not to pick on him because he's a great kid, but Riley Boozer kind of had him turned out. But as Migna was trying to run around to the outside, he realized if he lets him go, Gumbs is going to have Migna dead to right, so he just kind of holds on to his jersey and doesn't let him turn around.
And so it is a hold against the Leopards, and that will negate the run and more. I want to remind you, all of our touchdowns this season brought to you by Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt, located there right on Hewitt Drive across from Syntex Pond, and it's a service you deserve from neighbors you trust. Thank you, Darby and Terry Wagner, for sponsoring the broadcast. That hold goes against the Leopards and will move the ball all the way back to the 36-yard line. Clock is at 2:20 and running. Caleb Blanick, the wide receiver, to the near side. Reed Migna goes out on a wheel route. They'll hit him at the 30. Reed at the 25. Reed will fight his way forward and fall over Jacoby Watts at the 22-yard line, a pickup of about 12.
And what a great play call to kind of isolate you have your receivers on the left, and you got Caleb Blanick, who's a tight end by trade, but can certainly block on the outside, and then you just kind of run Reed Migna on a little modified wheel route out there, wide open, and get a huge chunk of the yardage back.
Jaden Porter, wide receiver in the slot to the top. Abel's looking to throw. Under some pressure now, he'll start to run. Going to throw the ball downfield towards the end zone. He's got Porter in the back of the end zone. Did he bring it in? He did.
Of course
Touchdown,
he did.
Leopards.
And I think, David, we could hear either on the crowd mic or through here, everybody screaming for Ryan Abel to run as he had all kinds of daylight. But he's seeing Jaden Porter swing across the back of the end zone and just fires one down there. And Porter jumps up and makes a great catch to bring it in for the Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown.
Credit Ryan Abel for a nice throw on the run there. And for Porter for staying with it. 1 minute 35 seconds is where the clock stops. Cole Nugent on to kick. Taylor Cargill waiting on the snap. Has it, puts it down. Kick on the way. Kick is good. So your Leopards up 35-14. Jared, we're going to go ahead and keep it here for a moment, but that's a huge score for the Leopards here right before halftime.
Oh, absolutely, because now if obviously you still got a minute 35, and DIBOLL does have one timeout, so you're going to have to come out and play good defense. They've shown the ability to score at a moment's notice, but if they can keep DIBOLL out of the end zone for another minute 35, you go into halftime with a 21-point lead. DIBOLL's going to get the ball first coming out to start the second half, but having a 3-possession or 3-score lead is a lot different than a 1 or 2-score lead.
No doubt about that, and there's been moments in the game where it looks like the Leopards are in control of the game, and then occasionally here you see a moment or two where it looks like DIBOLL might be ready to get back up off the mat, and Leopards have done a terrific job answering those momentum swings the few times that they've happened here in the first half. So
we're still waiting on. I don't really have the stat updates from that last drive, but going into it, Leopards had 320 yards of offense, 183 through the air, 137 on the ground. So staying balanced like they're so used to doing, and it's been kind of the recipe for success all season.
320 yards of offense in a half, less than a half. I mean, that's something. This Leopard team is something special, guys.
DIBOLL not too shabby with 200 yards of offense, 119 on the ground and 81 through the air. So they're staying pretty balanced as well. But if the Leopards can find a way to stop James Johnson Jr. in the second half, they should have a good chance to win this football game.
3 return men back for the Lumberjacks. Jacoby Watts is in the middle of them. They're going to kick it down the middle of the field. This is actually on the far side of the field. will be caught by Stewart. Stewart's looking for room. It's across the 20, up to the 21-yard line, and that's where the Lumberjacks will start.
Great job by Jacob Jackson staying in his lane and not letting Zach Phipps on the return, not letting him as he started to come in a little bit and coming across and making a huge tackle. So DIBOLL's going to start at their own 22-yard line. So that's really better than a touchback.
Landon Rucker in there, involved on the tackle, getting some high fives as he comes to the sideline for the Leopards. Landon, the sophomore wide receiver defensive back. And they're on special teams. 3 wideouts. Movement, I believe, before the play, and that's going to be a false start against DIBOLL. That'll move them back 5 yards.
David, I just want to take a quick second to get, obviously I think we need to give Connor Pewitt some credit for, a great kick.
Yeah.
Kind of pinned the returner in the corner.
Great point.
Forces him to, and really he's kind of come on here in these playoffs where he started kicking the ball a lot deeper, even had several touchbacks. And so just a, good job by a guy finding a way to contribute and really just doing a solid job on kickoffs.
Here comes DIBOLL out of the huddle now. Clock at 1:27 before halftime. Leopards up 35-14. Ariano's in trouble in the backfield. Squirts out of there, 20. Up to the 22-yard line. He'll pick up about the yardage they lost on that false start. It'll bring up second down and about 10.
And really good job by Michael Moore finding him because Ariano can kind of hide behind those linemen and scored out there. It looks like Bankston and Red Hansen had him for what would have been our first Butter My Biscuit sack of the night. But Ariano escaped, picked up about 5 yards on first down, 2nd and 10 for the Lumberjacks.
Say hello to Heaven Lehman listening on YouTube. Here's the handoff up the middle. Hitting the backfield. Look at Big Joe Gutschall. He's been waiting to lay that one.
There's only one player on the field for Lorena that has the ability to take down James Johnson Jr. like that, and it was Joe Gutschall, and he did it just now.
Wow.
Just a solid form tackle right around the waist, and he drove Johnson Jr. down, and that's going to force DIBOLL to call their 3rd and final timeout.
Look at Gutschall come over dancing off the field. I'll tell you,
nobody has more fun playing football than Joe Gutschall.
No, you're right. He reminds me a little bit of Siaki Ika for Baylor in that he has that fun. Football is fun, and it should be, and good for him. But, man, does he have an impact on the game. And I promise you right now, James Johnson Jr. didn't think that play was fun. Nice job there. 38 seconds is where the clock stops. 35-14. Jared, when we can, maybe let's get another score update on those games. I don't know if there's any update or not.
Most of them were going to halftime, but we can certainly –
see if you can get me a China Spring game. They're playing West Orange Stark down in there in Tomball as well. Love to hear that one from another local team. Part of the Look Live Streams family of networks.
Looks like at halftime, China Spring leading West Orange Stark 10-7. So really a defensive struggle just down the road in Tomball.
I tell you right now, those guys on both sides of the ball, they like to hit. That's got to be a fun physical football game. All right, so you've got Jacoby Watts and another wide receiver in a 2-man stack. Colton Dell's up there. They're going to hand it off to James Johnson Jr. Jaden Porter's there to push him out of bounds and say, no, thank you. You can just head right back to the huddle, sir.
Porter didn't realize real quick he's probably not gonna bring James Johnson down. So let me just push him out of bounds and get ready to go back on offense.
Also want to say hello to AJ Whiteside, listen to us on YouTube, as well as Ben Huey. Benjamin Huey, our faithful cameraman. We miss you, Ben.
We miss you, Ben.
We
Big
do. Time for you to get back here right about the time we win a championship, my friend. By the way, we're hoping next week. There's a rumor that Texan Live might not be picking the game up. We'll wait and see next week, and if they don't, we will be thrilled to have the video broadcasts right back again. Here's a knuckleballing punt going to bounce inside the 40 of the Leopards. Cason Taylor thinks about picking it up and wisely chooses not to. Clock's going to stop at 21 seconds, and the Leopards will take over there. And, Jared, interesting point here in the ballgame. You're up 21 points. There's really, probably here you just get to halftime, I would think.
Definitely. And I think that's one of the things where Cason Taylor, if he had that to do over again, even if he fair catches that ball, he comes up and makes the catch because it costs him about 14 yards of field position and maybe probably about another 10 seconds of time. And so it looks like they're they're going to come out in victory formation and take a knee and get to the end of this first half.
Camden Brock, Reed Mickna, and Jaden Porter in there to surround Ryan Abel as he takes a snap. He'll put a knee on the ground.
But I think if you're Coach Ray Biles and this Lorena Leopard team, you're ecstatic at this first half of football. 35 points, over 300 yards of offense, and just a phenomenal job all the way around.
Man, I love this. I look down, you see the names on the back of these parents and families. You see Brock, you see Hanson, you see Generals, you see Gutshaw, Dale,
Porter,
Richie, and they're all waving these white towels that Eric Strelski, I think, put together, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw Corey Pitts mentioning that. I'll try to figure out who that was so I can give credit to the right person. But it sure looks fantastic here on the near sidelines whenever a great play happens and those towels start waving. That's a lot of fun. Let's take a commercial break, and we'll come back with our H&M Landscape and Sprinkler halftime show. David and Gibson, Jared Brown on audio this week, a live booth cam. We thank you for being with us here so far, and we'll be back with our halftime show right after this commercial break.
Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler. Games, sports memorabilia, and collectibles have to do with the best morning menu in the great state of Texas? You can find them all under the same roof at Butter My Biscuit Cafe. Owner Lee Bankston has built a menu around her hot, fresh, always handmade biscuits that really is the best around. Butter My Biscuit Cafe is waiting for you 7 to 2 Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 2 on Saturdays. Whether it's games, sports memorabilia, or simply the best breakfast brunch around, treat yourself to the place food critics and families are raving about. That's Butter My Biscuit Cafe.
Shopping at Bankston's for about 6 years. I like to go to Bankston's because it's a good time for me and my son to bond together.
Everyone who works at Bankston's is very knowledgeable in comic books or sports or video games, and that's really important, is just getting to go there and talk to people and they know what they're talking about.
I like to shop at Bankston's because I like collecting football cards and they have everything that I like.
It's a really unique place around here. There's not many other places like it.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. Faced with an auto repair, all you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jesse Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jesse Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jesse's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jesse Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jesse Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jesse Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service. Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery. If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
For 40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
Driveway problems? Look no further than the Driveway Company. We deliver the highest level of professional service and care for each and every customer. We're trained, courteous, and take pride in our finished results. If you have a driveway, patio, pool, or other concrete problem, do what hundreds of other customers have already done. Trust the experts and schedule an appointment today to find out what the Driveway Company can do for you.
My name is Riley Walker. I am not only a freshman at Lorena High School, but owner of Riley's Cookie Company. I got to turn my favorite hobby into a business. I create customizable sugar cookies. Are you looking for a sweet way to personalize your next special event? Contact Riley's Cookie Co. on Facebook or Instagram to place your order. I look forward to working with you.
All right. Welcome back into the broadcast booth. This is a lot of fun. I know it's not the same as bringing a video broadcast, but there's some elements to this whole live booth broadcast a little different. You feel like you're more connected to the people at home. Some terrific comments going on in the YouTube chat as well as the Mixler chat as well. And so we appreciate y'all very much listening to us. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast as well as the results of the football game. Jared, I know you've been looking at stats and some things over there.
Yeah, definitely.
During the break, what kind of the Driveway Company stat updates do you have for me?
Well, so David, we talked about total offense earlier. It looks like a great job done by Cody Kellner tonight, keeping the stats updated. Leopards have 356 yards of total offense in the first half. DIBOLL 209. A couple of key statistics to me. Lorena ran 43 plays in the first half.
Wow, that's a lot.
DIBOLL ran 22.
Huh.
Now, the key is that DIBOLL's averaging 9.5 yards per play, which is, you look at that and you go, wow, but it's only 22 plays. Leopards are averaging 8.3 yards a play. But
on twice as many plays.
On twice as many plays.
Yeah.
So you look at it.
Which makes sense because we got twice as many points. But, yeah.
Ryan Abel, 12 of 18 for 219 yards, with one touchdown to Jaden Porter.
What was the completions? 12 of what?
12 of 18.
18.
So doing a good job. And really, several of those have been – he had to throw them away to avoid avoid a sack and whatnot.
Good point.
So really a great job by Abel hitting his receivers. And then 25 rushing attempts. Leopards averaging 5.5 yards a carry, so 137 yards rushing. And then you look at it. So Red Hansen, 11 carries, 78 yards, and 3 touchdowns in the first half. And that's a great night for anybody for an entire game. He's done that in the first half.
Okay.
Reed Mickna, 10 carries for 43 yards.
Okay.
And then you've also got Colton Dale, Jaden Porter, kind of on the jet sweeps with some carries.
Hey, real quick, one more time. I heard the 3 touchdowns for Mickna. Is that right?
No, 3 touchdowns for Red Hansen.
For Hansen, that's right. That's what I meant. Red Hansen. What was his carries again?
11 carries, 78 yards.
11 carries, 78 yards. Okay. Yeah, that's you're right. That's not a bad half.
And then on the receiving side, you got Jaden Porter, 5 catches, 116 yards, and the 1 touchdown.
And I'll tell you what's been so fun about Jaden is a lot of that is yak.
Yards after catch. He's running only about an 8 or 10 yard little slant where I think they've found a spot in that DIBOLL defense where it's a lot of timing, but he'll get to that spot and able to put it right there.
Yeah.
He makes that catch, and then he's able to do.
And a lot of that underneath stuff, yeah. Yep.
So, Casey Taylor, 2 catches, 34 yards, and we've seen him, again, a lot of yards after catch. Camden Brock, 1 catch for 25 yards. We saw him, break 2 tackles and really get down the field. And then Michael Moore, 2 catches for 21 yards. Reed Migna also with a couple of catches, 23 yards, as we've seen him get open kind of on those little wheel routes out of the backfield.
Yeah. What do you think about that short passing game that's showing up in this game? What do you think is the cause of that?
Well, I like it.
I do too. I just mean, like, why is it? What's it doing for us? You know what I mean?
Well, the thing about it is that obviously they know that guys like Jaden Porter and Michael Moore, Casey Taylor can get down the field, Camden Brock as well. So they're going to be, and we've seen it a couple of times where you see the defensive backs back way off on the edges, and so then they're turning and bailing out. Well, then that makes it really easy for those receivers to just run down, and they know that you got Reed Migna or Red Hansen coming out of the backfield, and able. And this is where what I love about this game is trusting your teammates, knowing, hey, if they're bailing, I'm not gonna beat this guy 30 yards down the field. So, but I know my running back's coming out of the backfield. Abel's going to hit him, and he's wide open. Now I get to, and I think these receivers they thrive on being able to block for those guys, and so then they're going to get their blocks in. Well, then all of a sudden, now you've got to bring those those linebackers up, and that allows a little over the top, the 10 to 12 yard routes that what we've seen with Porter and Casey Taylor. So again, it just kind of keeps this DIBOLL defense guessing and having to choose how are we going to defend them.
Yeah.
So
and like everybody all year, there's not a real good answer when the Leopards are clicking.
Right, exactly. And then you look at the way Red Hansen's running the football tonight. Like a grown man running over several DIBOLL defenders, making guys miss. You throw in Migna's ability to do that as well, and again, it's just kind of like what do you want to, how do you want to attack this offense, and however you want to attack it, then that's how then Lorena's going to do something different.
Well, and I think a coach has always got to keep his players on an edge and keep them humble and that kind of thing, but. I think in this situation, even these coaches knows, like, man, when these guys are on, I wouldn't want to coach against them.
Right. Well, I think it obviously makes Coach Hoffman's job a lot easier to know. Okay, if we get this look, I feel comfortable doing this, and so he's not having to kind of run around and figure out, okay, what can we call to gain yards. Okay, this should work, or it's going to work because of what they've seen. And being able to trust these kids to do really, really well, and we're seeing that we're seeing that tonight.
We're at halftime here at Merrill Green Stadium. David Gibson, Jared Brown here in the booth. We're glad you guys are with us tonight. Up 35-14 here in this Region 3 final. So Leopards halfway home to a Region 3 championship for the for the first time since when?
Right. Well, so. I don't know if they were in Region 3 back then.
A region championship, region final.
But so the Leopards have only been, they were in the 4th round back in 2009, lost to eventual champion Carthage.
Right.
Before that, they've only been out of the region twice. 1987, which was state championship, and then 1989, they were the runner-up. So this team has a chance to do something only 2 other teams have done, and that's make it really. Basically, 4 regions and 1 champion from each region. We saw Brock win big over Whitesboro last night, and so again, two close games, and then the Leopards up 35-14 in Region 3.
And obviously, we're a long way from needing to look past this game, but I tell you, as a fan and as a broadcaster, it's hard to not want to look past and go, we are if we get past tonight, we're one game away from the state championship game.
Right.
Are you kidding me? We're one, if we can, and that's why it makes me have so much appreciation for Ray and the coaches who have to show up every day and work with these guys. While we're speaking of the coaches right next to us here in the booth,
right.
Those guys got to show up every day and keep the pressure, not the pressure on, but the edge, help them keep the edge. And so just so much respect for the way this program runs itself. Leopards up 35-14 here at halftime. David Gibson, Jared Brown on the Syntex Pond broadcast. Thanks for joining us here in the booth. It's been a blast to be able to text with and message with some of y'all on the YouTube and the Mixler and to get to watch your Leopards jump out here to a big halftime lead in Merrill Green Stadium. So going to go ahead and take a commercial break. We got about 9.5 minutes left. And here at halftime, before we get to see the Leopards come out and fight the second half of play, we'll come back after this commercial break. You're listening to Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
It's a little loud. I don't know. Maybe I'm loud in my own headset, though. I don't know. Are you feeling like it? All right. Welcome back into Merrill Green Stadium here in Bryan, Texas. David Gibson. A really nice stadium. You know, Jared, we talked about this when we came in. We really didn't have a chance to talk very much about it, but we both kind of noticed this little nice bowl setting here, and they came in and then built a nice press box kind of on top of it to update the stadium. But nice place to play a football game.
I mean, gorgeous facility. And what I like about it, David, is that it's not. I mean, it's very, very nice. The press box is second to none, but it's not overly done. I mean, it's perfect for a high school football game.
Right. You don't feel like you're a mile from the field.
Not a mile from the field. Not way up, and then the fans, the grade is kind of, at least on the home side, is kind of is not super steep, so you really get a good look.
Great point. Yeah.
Where you feel like you're high enough where you can actually you get a good view of the game, but you're not standing up and in front of you stand up the person behind you can still see.
All right, so Leopards up 35-14 here at halftime, about 7.5 minutes away, and the Pride of Lorena marching band going to play here in our background. Jared, humor me for a minute. Big football game tomorrow up in Arlington. Baylor, Oklahoma State. Let's talk about that, but we also mentioned on the way down here the crazy week it has been in college football with the situation at Texas, with at Oklahoma, with at LSU, and everything that's going on. Just your thoughts about the madness that has been college football this last week.
Well, I kind of just want to take a breath, like exhale, because I feel like every time I wake up, something different's happened. Obviously, you look at Lincoln Riley, and really what he would probably say was not a successful season at Oklahoma, losing to Baylor, and then losing the Bedlam game, which allows Baylor to go to the Big 12 championship game. Everybody's thinking he's going to Baton Rouge and LSU, and we wake up Sunday morning and he's going to USC. And of course, the jokes are running rampant right now that he wants no part of the SEC.
Well, do you blame him?
I mean, I think, of course, I don't know what's going on, but I would think, man, if you're the head football coach of a major college program and the school's thinking about changing conferences, and let's be honest, 99.9% of that has to do with football and revenue that's earned from football, they would want your opinion on that. And if you didn't want to do that, then you'd speak up and say, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. It's not in the best interest of Oklahoma or our football program. But obviously we didn't have that happen.
Right.
And next thing you know.
But and don't you think, though, that the thought there was when Texas and OU leaves, the conference is going to die.
Right.
And therefore, it's not so much like, not in my opinion, I think, and there's some noise about this, that Lincoln Riley did not want to go to the SEC. And not because he doesn't want to face good competition, but it's like you can be in the Big 12, play good football, win your league, and have a great shot at the national championship. You can go into the SEC and like a rock thrown in a lake, disappear for a decade or two.
You look at it like this. Ole Miss won 10 games for the first time, I think, in school history. Went 10-2. Same record as Baylor. they're not going to play for their conference championship, and they have 0 shot
exactly
at the playoff. Baylor goes 10-2, and really, I mean, outside of the laying the egg at TCU, have had a great year. They're playing for their conference championship, and with a win, and you know, crazier things have happened, could find themselves either in the college football playoff or definitely in a New Year's Six
Sugar Bowl. I mean, that's not a bad place to land if you don't make it.
No,
a Sugar Bowl, right?
And so I think it's just one of those things where the records can be the same, but it's not necessarily the same outcome for your team season to season.
Well, and look where he went. He didn't go to LSU, right? No. He went to USC. And who is USC? They're the Oklahoma of the Pac-12. They're the team that has all the potential, the recruiting fertile ground, all that to become the dominant team in the Pac-12, and then get a shot at the playoffs every year. And so I think that was a really poor decision. And I guess, we're not 10 years down the road, so we don't know yet. But to me, looking at that decision by Oklahoma and Texas to lead the Big 12, instead of maybe taking the teams that we've invited now, and the Big 12's looking pretty strong, man. We got 4 teams.
Well, you could have kept, obviously, Texas and OU stay. You bring in, I think, probably BYU and Cincinnati are probably the 2 schools that you want to add at that point.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's a heck of a league.
I mean, Cincinnati has a very good chance with a win against the University of Houston tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll finish undefeated. How do you leave them out of the college football playoff?
I don't think you do this year. I don't think you do this year.
BYU's been a top 15 football program most of the year, top 20, been ranked almost the entire year. So, and then and I don't know if you had a chance to go to that football game. They have a huge following.
Yeah.
Brought a huge crowd and great people. Everybody that I talked to that was there, excited about joining the Big 12, loved Baylor, and we're kind of looking forward to that that rivalry, but not one that's going to be so nasty where you're going to see fans fighting in the stands and things like that. So, yeah, I think it's one of those things where there may be some a little bit of remorse. I'm like, maybe we should have waited. We should have waited and seen what the Big 12 was going to do first. What really astonished me was seeing Brian Kelly leave Notre Dame.
I was just about to say, as crazy as that as Lincoln Riley was, what in the world
to go to LSU, and part of it is I think he'd been at Notre Dame 10 or 12 years.
Yeah,
and I don't know if he's kind of tapped out what he thinks. He's maxed out on what he thinks he can do there. But I mean, he's played in national championship games. He's made it to the playoff before. So the guy can obviously coach. He's won everywhere he's went. Mm-hmm. So I kind of wondered, is he looking at this now as, hey, the SEC is arguably the best conference in college football.
He wants to take on Nick Saban. Is that what you're thinking?
Well, just I mean, what else does he have? I mean, that's kind of the next thing that he has to accomplish is to see if he can win at the best level. So
tell you what, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Leopards are starting to come out of the locker room, and so we're going to go ahead and take our last commercial break of the halftime, and we'll be back with the second half of play. Leopards up 35-14. They are 30 minutes of football away from a Final Four appearance. Back after this commercial break with more of the Syntex Pond broadcast.
CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends,
H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler.
Welcome back into Merrill Green Stadium here in Bryan, Texas. Davey Gibson, Jared Brown here at our end of our H&M Landscape and Sprinkler halftime show. The Leopards just come racing out of the tunnel. You can hear the fight song playing in the background and about ready to get things underway. So pretty important 4 minutes of football coming up here. I think they'll talk about the middle 8 of a football game. And DIBOLL's got to realize, hey, our season is in serious peril, and the Leopards are thinking, let's finish these guys. And so you always get that start of the second half to find out who's going to take control of the football game as the Leopards come off the sideline and get ready to kick this thing away back to DIBOLL, who deferred after winning the first half. What you got, Jared?
David, quick scores updates. Mount Vernon up on West, 17-7. Couple minutes left to go in the third quarter. Lago Vista opens up a big lead on Industrial, 28-7. And then obviously Brock defeated Whitesboro last night, 49-14. So one team in the Final Four is already set. The other 3 will be decided in the next couple of hours.
Love it, love it. If Lago Vista holds on and win, and the Leopards do as well, the word is that we'll be playing in Georgetown. And actually, it would be Thursday, I believe, if we get a chance to do that. Here's the kick underway. Line drive kick off the fingertips into the end zone. And, Jared, you talked during halftime about Connor Pewitt and how much he has improved this season in terms of his leg strength and kicking off the ball. That line drive kick is going to pin them deep there at their own 25-yard line on the touchback. Great job there by Connor Pewitt.
Right, and I think the one thing about it is that the kickoff in football is arguably the most dangerous kind of sequence, as you got guys running down full speed, crashing into guys that are trying to block them, and so that almost preserves your offense and your defense. And now DIBOLL will take over at their own 25-yard line, coming out down 35-14.
All right, so DIBOLL's down 35-14. They're going to hand it out to James Johnson Jr. He makes a man miss in the backfield, breaks a tackle. Big James Johnson up across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there on first down of about 15.
There is a flag down on the play, David.
In the backfield, so that might be why he was able to slip that tackle. And that is the initial call there is holding, so that'll move him backwards and then do that run.
Looks like another score update. China Spring up 10-7. About 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter of their regional final, taking on perennial power West Orange Stark. And then, of course, the game that I know you've been waiting to hear about doesn't take place till tomorrow night, and that's Duncanville and DeSoto up in the Metroplex.
What was that, Duncanville? So it's a big game, nice game.
Big rivalry game, same district, but that'll take place tomorrow night.
What was the China Spring score?
10-7 Cougars.
All right, let's go Cougs.
David, I don't think you're allowed to say that on a Lorena broadcast.
Of course I am. At this point, we're all Central Texans, baby. Lorena and China Spring, we want to see them both go to state. And we want the Leopards to make sure they win it in the end. Here we go. Handoff. James Johnson Jr., he's met at the line of scrimmage this time by a host of Leopards. Baxter Bankston, Braylon Henry, Camden Brock. Who else wants to get up off the ground? Of course, Joe Gutshaw and Cody Thorne. I just listed about 8 Leopards, it felt like, and every single one of them was then legitimately in on that tackle.
Right, they all getting up off the ground off of James Johnson Jr., who really had a great first half of football, David. Rushing for over 100 yards, 9 carries, 104 yards in that first half.
All right, so DIBOLL with a second and a long way to go, about 20 yards here. Ariano's looking to throw. He's under pressure. Joe Gutshaw going to drive him into the turf along with Baxter Bankston, and you know what that is, a butter my biscuit sack.
And nobody is happier in the stadium right now as I look down and I see Baxter Bankston's mom, hands in the air.
There you go.
Ringing her cowbell. And she'll be the first person to tell you she doesn't know the most. She's not the most knowledgeable about football, but she knows when her baby is in there making a big sack. So a huge job by
well, speaking of that, we haven't come up with our word yet.
We haven't. Maybe
just I got an idea.
Okay.
Talk about a commercial break.
But a huge play on second down. Now DIBOLL really behind the sticks, as Coach Biles said they needed to do, third and a lot.
Drew Britton, Braylon Henry, and Kason Taylor here up close on line of scrimmage. Flags fly as the snap goes, and they're going to blow the play dead.
Yeah, it looks like a false start against DIBOLL is going to back him up 5 yards.
Well, I tell you what, a real perilous situation here if you're a DIBOLL lumberjack here. They're marching backwards. The near side fans are really getting into things, and a lot of momentum here on the near sideline. You got to think maybe you feel like things might be slipping away here for DIBOLL if you're a fan of the Lumberjacks.
I mean, I think it's 3rd and 30. Not a lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 30. But if you're the Leopards, just do everything you can to keep your man in front of you and bring him down, not give up the first down.
As long as they have Jacoby Watts, there's a play in the book. Here's a pass off the hands of the intended receiver, almost intercepted there by Drew Britton, incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down and smart. 4th down and a long way to go, Jared. You mentioned it's about 4th and 30. Let's see. The ball was spotted on, the 5? And they need the 30. You're right. It was exactly 3rd and 30. Incredible. Good math.
Well, I just looked at the video board
Well,
and saw the down and distance.
I'm trying to give you credit here, man.
Anybody listening who knows me knows that.
All right.
I shouldn't be doing anybody's taxes. Let's put it that way.
Colton Dale and Kason Taylor are standing at the DIBOLL 41. Here's a low knuckleballing kick, going to be caught by Colton Dale. Trying to get to the far side of the field. He does slip a tackle. 35-30. Colton 25-20. Colton 15. Colton 10. Colton 5. Touchdown Leopards.
And David, what an incredible play by the Leopard senior to just absolutely put the Leopards in charge of this game. He comes and catches the punt, and then really could have gone to his left, but the return was set up to the right, so he breaks the tackle, goes around the right, and really great job by all the Leopard blockers out there to not get caught blocking in the back, stop where they were, just kind of seal the edge, so to speak. And Dale takes it all the way in for a Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown.
Cole Nugent on for the extra point along with Taylor Cargill. Cargill calls for the snap, puts it down. Nugent's kick on the way. It's true, right through the fork. And the Leopards go up by a score of 42-0 with 9:35 remaining here in the 3rd quarter of play. Take a commercial break and come back with more Lorena Leopards playoff football, brought to you by Cody Lewis and the Syntex Pond right after this.
Games, sports memorabilia, and collectibles have to do with the best morning menu in the great state of Texas? You can find them all under the same roof at Butter My Biscuit Cafe. Owner Lee Bankston has built a menu around her hot, fresh, always handmade biscuits that really is the best around. Butter My Biscuit Cafe is waiting for you 7 to 2 Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 2 on Saturdays. Whether it's games, sports memorabilia, or simply the best breakfast brunch around, treat yourself to the place food critics and families are raving about. That's Butter My Biscuit Cafe.
Coming back, sorry.
I had somebody in mind.
All right. Welcome back into the booth here in Bryan, Texas.
I mean, do you have 50?
50 plaques.
50 plaques?
Yeah. I know, that is
22.
You're right. Leopards up 42-14 here, 9:35 remaining. David Gibson, Jared Brown just lamenting, if you will, that we don't have, plaques to give every player on the team. Obviously, it's one of those things where you want to honor Joe Pack, you want to uphold a standard, you want to have fun with it, and recognize a player who played well that particular game. And it's always one of those things that's like, there's 3 or 4 guys we could give it to. Here's Connor Pewitt, swings his leg to the near sideline, bounces at the 13, caught on a hop at the 10. Trying to get to the far side of the field. Michael Moore's there trying to chase him down. Hit up around the 17-yard line. Initially, once again.
That's Landon Rucker,
by
David.
Landon Rucker.
Man. And again, what a great job and an opportunity for this young man. He's brought up from the JV for the playoffs and getting in on a kickoff team, going down there and making the most of that opportunity, and a big hit that's going to force DIBOLL to start inside their own 20-yard line again.
10 yards on the return, first down and 10 for the Lumberjacks at their own 19-yard line.
And David, for a team that likes to run the ball a lot, they're going to have to start putting the ball in the air to try to get back into this ball game.
They're going to hand it off instead to James Johnson Jr. He Lowers his shoulder up across the 20 to the 22. A pickup of about 3 on first down. Will bring up 2nd and 7. Clock running at 9:12 here in the third quarter of play.
Good job by Cameron Elston coming up from that middle linebacker spot, showing no fear to take on James Johnson Jr. and stop the big Lumberjack running back for a gain of about 3.
Here come the Lumberjacks out of the huddle. Jacoby Watts by himself to the near side. They're going to hand it off instead to James Johnson Jr. He'll fight forward for another yard or 2, but that's going to keep the clock running. And not a real efficient way here to try to come back from a 42-14 deficit. You're right, Jared. And maybe reading a little much into the situation and the body language, but I just you don't get the sense that the Lumberjacks are as connected as on the same page as what your Leopards are. I mean, you see it.
Well, it's not, they've all been out there the same number of plays, but when you're winning, when you're up by 4 touchdowns, you're not nearly as tired as you are if you're down 4 touchdowns.
Right. James Johnson Jr. again behind Ray Ariano. He's going to play action, rolls out, under pressure, throws the ball downfield, has a one-on-one situation. Going to be caught on an underthrown pass down inside Lorena territory to the 35. And that's Stewart, I believe, isn't it? Colby Stewart? Yeah.
Yeah, and again, that's just, Mickna and Michael Moore had decent coverage there. The ball was underthrown.
Right.
And Moore just kind of didn't get his head turned around quick enough and adjust to the ball being underthrown.
42-14, Leopards on top. 7:54 left on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard.
There was a seemed like there was a flag on the play. Called pass interference on the defense, and that may have been away from the ball from where the ball was thrown. But DIBOLL declined the penalty, and so all the way down into Leopard territory at the 35-yard line.
So inside Leopard territory, 35, handoff Ariano for James Johnson Jr. He'll get past the initial line of scrimmage up to the down inside the 30, just inside the 30.
And David, if you look down here, you've got 2 of the offensive linemen double teaming Joe Gutshaw, which allowed Kason Pitts to get through. He just didn't quite, he kind of came through so quickly. James Johnson Jr. was able to kind of sidestep him and pick up 5 yards on first down.
Yeah.
But as the game goes on, as you see this DIBOLL offensive line, if they have to double team Joe Gutshaw, it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for the other Leopard linemen, defensive linemen, and linebackers.
Jacoby Watts alone at the top of your screen, although Michael Moore is over the top there. Handoff instead to Johnson again. He gets away from Braylon Henry in the backfield. Now he'll be wrapped up and tackled by Kason Taylor at the 27-yard line, short of the first down.
Kason Taylor just tackled James Johnson Jr. by himself in the open field.
And James Johnson Jr. has to outweigh Kason Taylor by how many pounds, you think? 40?
Maybe.
What is James Johnson?
He's got to be 260.
No, he's not that heavy.
Oh, yeah.
You think he's 260?
Yes.
Well, who's the kiddo?
Jeremiah Gums.
He's
got to be
280,
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Maybe not 260. Maybe.
So I won't go to the carnival and guess people's weight. I think that's what you're trying to say. Here's Ariano. He's going to step up. Flag down. Looks like holding. He'll slide down to the 24-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down, but if that's a holding penalty, it'll bring it back. Joe Gutshaw's jersey's all pulled up around his side there. I'm wondering if he was the one that got held.
Well, he was having a conversation with one of the DIBOLL offensive linemen, I think.
You think he's saying that's not allowed?
Again, I think he was asking him not to hold him during the play. And obviously we've interviewed Joe before. He's got such a calm demeanor and very soft voice. So I'm sure he's just calmly explaining.
You apparently have never interviewed Joe Gutshaw. If you came away thinking that.
That's what his mom would say, is that he's got a very calm demeanor.
Yes.
A sweet spirit.
I'll take him. I'll take him and about 50 more just like him. 6:03, 6:02 on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard clock as it continues to run. Leopards fans on the near side happy. 4 wides for the Lumberjacks. Ariano's looking to throw, getting some pressure from Kason Pitts from the backside. Ariano lofts the ball out of bounds. Closest man in the area was Zach Phipps, but that was not a catchable throw, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And also you had Baxter Bankston kind of flushing Ariano out of the pocket, and really if he doesn't make that throw, then Bankston may take him down for a big loss. Now 4th and about 11, maybe a long 11 or 12. And if you're DIBOLL, I think you got to go for it here.
Yeah.
And they've got a great kicker in Brian Patlin, but this may be a little outside of his range.
Well, and you're down a lot, right? So you're hoping for a miracle. Here's a throw to the near sideline, one-on-one situation. Caught. Is he in bounds? No. The official says he was out of bounds. And that'll be a turnover on downs and go back over to the Leopards with 5:40 remaining here in the 3rd quarter of play.
And David, I'm glad we don't necessarily have replay because it looked like to me that Colby Stewart's right foot may have came down in bounds as his body landed out of bounds. But
yeah, and I was watching the scoreboard to see if we were going to get a look, but they didn't replay it. So,
but nonetheless, we'll take it. Leopards are going to take over, and honestly, I'm thinking he would have had a first down, but Leopards take over on offense. 5:40 left to go.
Here we go. Ball at the 37-yard line. Rhett Hansen bounces it outside 40, 45, 50. Rhett trying to find an alley. He does all the way down to the 40-yard line. First down, Leopards into DIBOLL territory.
And Rhett Hansen just kind of doing it all tonight, running the ball well. And then playing a great job at defensive end.
22 yards on the play.
Just really doing a lot. David, they can see in the booth.
They can't see what I wrote. Abel on a rollout, throws it inside the 40. That's Caleb Blanick. He'll be inside the 35. Pick up a nice gain of about 8 on first down. Clock continues to roll.
Our
5:04.
Leopard flag is
it
ready to come down.
You need some help? I got this. We do it all here in the booth, man.
So Abel in the shotgun. Receiver split. He's going to hand it off to Hansen, who's going to go up the middle. Big hole. Hansen to the 15, 10, 5, and touchdown Leopards. And Rhett Hansen, I mean, what else can you say, David, as he goes in from about 40 yards out for the Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown?
Yeah, and that hole has been huge all night, and Rhett Hansen has taken advantage of it in a big way, running with a lot of confidence, a lot of speed, and, man, Rhett having a terrific ball game on both sides of the ball. Leopards now up 48 to 14, 4:44 left on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard clock as Cole Nugent comes on and tries to make it 49. Here it is. Kick on the way. Kick is good. So that'll take us to a commercial break. 4:44 left in the 3rd. Back with more of the Syntex Pond broadcast of Leopards playoff football. Leopards rolling. We'll be right back.
Shopping at Bankston's for about 6 years. I like to go to Bankston's because it's a good time for me and my son to bond together.
Everyone who works at Bankston's is very knowledgeable in comic books or sports or video games, and that's really important, is just getting to go there and talk to people and they know what they're talking about.
I like to shop at Bankston's because I like collecting football cards and they have everything that I like.
It's a really unique place around here. There's not many other places like it.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
Welcome back into Merrill Green Stadium. David Gibson, Jared Brown. After a Rhett Hansen touchdown, Leopards up 49-14. Connor Pewitt ready to do his thing again. Swings his leg, line drive, end over end kick. Going to be caught all the way down at the 4-yard line. I believe that's Watts. He's trying to look for room to the far sideline. He can really go. 20, 25. He's going to be ran out of bounds. Nice job containing there by Braylon Henry. And the Leopards will, that's where the DIBOLL will take over right around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and really, David, kind of the surprise. Give you the Driveway Company stats update. This is going off the top of my head, but I think in the first half, Jacoby Watts had 1 run for a yard, no catches.
Wow,
no catches. And in the second half, I don't think he's had a catch yet either.
I don't. Everything I saw on film was they moved him wherever they needed to get him the ball, and it's almost as if they decided. I don't know what they decided. I'm kind of baffled, to be honest. Here's a handoff to Johnson Jr. again. He is across the 35, up near the 40. I think they're going to say he went down at the 38, actually. So he'll pick up about 7 on that first down carry.
Well, and we saw earlier where they moved him in motion, and Lorena moved a safety over, which allowed James Johnson Jr. to have a big run because there's a lot of space in the secondary. So they kind of use him as a decoy almost, which has allowed them to run the ball well. But if you can't get the ball in that guy's hands, I mean, he's your dynamic playmaker who we saw all over the film.
Here's a handoff again at Johnson Jr. He breaks through the first wave across the 50. Wrapped up by Michael Moore, Braylon Henry, Cody Thorne all the way downfield as well. It gets inside the 50 all the way down to the 44. That'll be a first down DIBOLL. Clock running at 3:52. 3:53 when they reset it. Cody Thorne will come off. Actually, that's Jackson Blackwell comes off the field. Across the front, you have Kason Pitts, Joe Gutshaw, Cody Thorne, and Camden Brock right behind them. Cameron Elston and Braylon Henry. Corners, Colton Dale, Kason Taylor. Safeties, Drew Britton, Reed Mickna, Michael Moore back there as well. Here's a big handoff hole up the middle. Down to the Lorena 35-yard line. A pickup of 9 on that first down carry. Bring up second down and 1. Want to make sure you stay with us here at the end of the game. We'll have our Joe Pack Player of the Game presentation and our interview with head coach Ray Biles. Leopards in commanding control here right now, 49-14, up 35 here nearing the end of the third quarter of play. Colby Stewart coming to the near sideline. He'll be defended by Kason Taylor. Jacoby Watts in the slot. Got Michael Moore, good, 12 yards off of him where he is. Play action, thrown out in the flat, incomplete.
Look like that pass was intended for Ian Willis, and he's probably glad. I mean, I guess he would have had the first down, but he's probably glad he didn't catch that as Kason Taylor and Braylon Henry were there waiting to put a lick on him if he had come down with the catch.
Again, I don't understand. You have Michael Moore 12 yards off of Jacoby Watts. Why don't you stand up and throw it to him? It's weird. It's strange. Ariano gives it off to James Johnson Jr. Met in the middle.
And let's see, Reed Mickna came up from his defensive back. Braylon Henry in there.
Cameron Elston.
Cameron Elston, Cody Thorne. Again, the philosophy of the defense is make them snap it again, and now 4th and 1, you're going to bring in
Jeremiah Gums.
Jackson Blackwell.
Well, and so they counter. DIBOLL is countering by bringing in Jeremiah Gums, who is 5'11", 285 according to their roster. And he's every bit of that, and you understand why it's 4th and 1.
Oh.
Here comes DIBOLL out of the huddle. Jeremiah comes up back. They give it to Johnson right behind him. Big hole, 25-20. Race to the end zone, 10-5. Touchdown, DIBOLL. Jerome Johnson Jr. James Johnson Jr., excuse me.
Yeah, and it's just a solid job by following his blocker, following Gums over that left side.
Yeah.
And then with the Leopards kind of putting everybody up the line, wasn't really anybody in the secondary, and once. Really, James Johnson's surprisingly fast for as big as he is.
Yeah.
He's got great feet and, moves really, really well. So good job by that young man to take it in for a touchdown.
Not bad for 260. 1:50 left here in the third. Here's the kick on the way. Kick is good. 49-21. Still plenty of time left in this ball game. If you're a DIBOLL fan. Go ahead and take it to a commercial break. Come back with more of Leopards football right after this commercial break on the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football.
CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
49-21 Leopards on top. Here, 150 left in the third quarter. Jared, let's go to you to a scores update.
Well, China Spring has extended their lead to 10, up 24-14. That game now early into the fourth quarter. So the Cougars looking to get to the state tournament. Mount Vernon leads West 24-7. About 7.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter there, and then Lago Vista doubling up Industrial 28-14 as that game goes to the fourth quarter as well.
So it's looking like
potentially
Mount Vernon, Lago Vista, Lorena,
and Brock
will be the final four.
Wow.
Here we go. Kick to the far sideline. Actually, down the middle of the field. That's Kason Taylor, I believe. Colton Dale actually 35-40. 45. Colton across. I can't get his number. That is Colton Dale. Across the 45 up near the midfield, and the Leopards with great field position.
Looks like it will come back. David, there's a flag on the play on this near side. Not sure if it was Gutschall, but he's kind of getting some pats on the back like it's okay. But it looks like it's definitely going to come back. Probably a hold or a block in the back.
During the return, we have a hold on the red.
Hold on the red.
Hold on the red.
The big red.
The big red dog.
I mean, there's the entire football field is red. You've got DIBOLL in the red helmets, the white jerseys, white pants with the white D on the side of their helmet. Leopards, you said earlier, in the red jerseys, black pants with the varsity stripe, the white and the red piping, and then the matte black helmets with the metallic leopard head on the side.
Ball at the 29 for the Leopards. Abel is your quarterback. He is waiting on the snap. He has it. Hands it off. Reed Migna up across the 30 to the 35, 36, 37-yard line. Pickup of about 8 there on first down. And Reed comes off a little bit like his heel might be bothering him a little bit. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, again, it's just kind of been nagging him for several weeks. I know I believe it was the Troy game where he only had the one carry for 78 yards and a touchdown, but yeah, still battling that heel injury.
Hand off again. Up the middle, big hole, 50, 45-40. Red Hansen says, I'll meet you at the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown Leopards.
David, he said, I've got reservations for 6 in the north end zone. And really, so that time, Rhett showing his speed as he goes, well, a long way. I mean, it had to have been at least 60 yards, 65 yards for his, I believe that's his 5th touchdown of the game today. 5th rushing touchdown.
Have a day, Red Hansen. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Cole Nugent. Hold is good, kick is good. Official says it's true, and the Leopards are up 56-21 with 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Quick break, come back with more of Leopards football right after this.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery. If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
.52 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. 56-21. Leopards are on top. David Gibson, glad to be beside Jared Brown as we watch your Leopards. Jared, they've done it every week. I mean, 62-13 last week against Columbus, and
And
now here we are. It's 56-21 with a full quarter left to play.
But it's not so much that they're doing it every week, David. It's how they're doing it. Last week, Ryan Abel throws for 5 touchdowns, and you get a defensive touchdown on a pick 6 by Colton Dale. This week, you've got Red Hansen with 5 touchdowns, along with Colton Dale on a punt return. Jaden Porter with a reception from Ryan Abel in the end zone for a touchdown. So just doing it every which way you can think of.
Ball falls off the tee. Connor Pugh will go over there and yeah, you're
while
right.
While he's getting it re-teed up, I wanted to say hi to another of our watchers and listeners on YouTube, Steve Lostavica, listening from down in Missouri City.
Here you go. Thanks for joining us, Steve. Appreciate it. Here's Connor Pewitt. He'll kick it again, and this is going to bounce at the 12 and head towards the sideline and go out of bounds, and a flag will be dropped to the turf.
And that's
at the 35-yard line.
You don't fault Connor Pewitt there. The ball just took a funny bounce, but he had it inside the numbers, which is what you want. Just took a funny bounce, and DIBOLL was the receiver was wise enough to just let it go out. So
I haven't had a chance to. I mean, been so focused on Lorena, obviously, haven't really looked around. I know Mount Vernon, obviously, they've got the history, especially recently with Coach Briles, but in terms of the other teams, I know there's tradition there as well, right, Brock and all this. What do you know about the other teams potentially fighting for the final tournament?
Well, I mean, obviously Mount Vernon can score a lot of points, a lot of speed. Brock is good every year, they have such good fundamentals, that it's just hard to beat. Don't know much about Lago Vista. I know that Cameron played them to a very close game earlier in the year. They can score.
So, hand it off again to Johnson Jr. and
Baxter Bankston just said, Mom, I'm gonna need some more biscuits tomorrow because I just tackled James Johnson Jr. by myself.
Yeah, you're right. That's no easy meal. And I think at this point you've got to see that kind of play calling as a white flag. I mean, I don't.
We're under a minute left to go in the third quarter. I mean, you're down 5 touchdowns. So I did that math by myself in my head.
Attaboy. But, I don't know. If it's me, I'm thinking, man, start slinging this thing around a little bit, see what may happen. But not that I mind you. No gain there on the next play. We have a leopard down in the backfield.
Again, not what we want to see at this point.
I think that's Camden Brock.
He's holding his knee, which we don't want to see. But, David, we'll give you the Driveway Company stat update if we can right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Red Hansen now 14 carries, 197 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Wow. 14 for 197. That's
and really his counterpart, James Johnson Jr., not too shabby either. 19 carries for 187 yards and 2 touchdowns, but just not able to to kind of get it done today. Leopards now with 490 yards of total offense, 226 through the air, 264 on the ground.
I'll take that. Let's try to make that happen. Okay.
9 yards a carry for the Leopards on 29 rushing attempts.
Yeah. Sorry, Jared. I'm just trying to.
No, you're good. So just trying to get some more stat updates, and that's what's it. Jacoby Watts 1 carry for 1 yard, no receptions. And I thought, I mean, when we talked to Braylon Henry the other day, he had said they had to do a good job of.
You're right.
They had to stop number 1. Coach Biles identified him as a player that had to. Somebody that the Leopards were going to have their hands full with.
And they're helping up Camden Brock. And he is needing assistance to get off the field, and that is something that you don't ever want to see. Man.
And maybe it's an ankle because he's not wanting to put any pressure on it, but hopefully he is okay. But the Leopards will come back out on defense. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for DIBOLL at their own 30-yard line, needing the 40 to pick up a first down.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on that situation on the sideline if we can. Here is another handoff to actually a keeper by the quarterback, Ariano. He makes couple of Leopards miss and then falls forwards for a small gain there on 3rd and 10. And picks up about 2. That'll bring up 4th down and 8.
Yeah, that'll take us to the end of the third quarter, David. Leopards up 56-21 on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard as we put our 4 fingers in the air to signify the fourth quarter. And we want to take a commercial break?
Yeah, we'll take a commercial break and come back with that fourth quarter play. Leopards up huge here, 56-21, going into the fourth, right?
For 40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
All right, welcome back into the studio. Leopards up big on DIBOLL. DIBOLL back in punt formation. They're able to get the punt down. It's going to take a lumberjack bounce all the way down to about the Leopard 40-yard line, where the Leopards will take over. 11:48 left to go here in this fourth quarter, David. Lorena up big, 56-21 over DIBOLL.
Ball will be spotted at the 41-yard line.
Yep, and you know, always mindful, and when you have an injury situation of like, well, okay, so what do you do kind of going forward? And the Leopards up huge, obviously, here, right? Do you up 35? Got to think maybe you start seeing some, well, who knows? So here's what we do have. We have Michael Moore, Case, and Taylor at the top of the field. Jaden Porter by himself here to the bottom. Ryan Abel in the backfield. Kai Ritchie's the tight end. He'll slide over to the left. Abel hands it off. That is Caleb Carrizales. He'll get to the, well, he'll lose about a yard on that first down carry. That'll bring up second down, clock running at 11:37.
And David, to your point, obviously Carrizales, freshman, normally plays out at wide receiver, but they're kind of getting him into the backfield now and just seeing what we can do. And it looks like Ryan Abel has come off the field, and Taylor Cargill is now in at quarterback for the Leopards.
Caleb Blanick comes in at tight end. So we have 2 tight ends now. Ritchie on the right, Blanick on the left. Taylor Cargill's the quarterback. He has it. He'll hand it off to Carrizales again. Carrizales will fight his way back to the original line of scrimmage, and so that'll be a gain of a yard and bring up third down and 10. Clock now running at 10:57.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Leopards, obviously while this is a chance to get maybe some of the younger guys in the ball game, at the same time you still got to play football. And you can't play as if to not get hurt. You just got to continue to play solid football, and then get out of here with the win.
Had a question in the chat of how many yards did Rhett Hansen have? What did we say it was again?
Right now, 14 carries, I think 197 yards.
197 for Rhett on 14 carries. So do the math there. That's crazy. 3rd and 10. Hands off. Actually a fake. Cargill hit Ritchie. Ritchie will be knocked off his pins after a short gain of about 2, and that'll bring up 4th down and 8. And you'd expect to see Jaden Porter come in and punt.
Definitely. And I'd love to see Rhett get in there and maybe break that 200-yard barrier. But at the same time, with the game well in hand, no reason to do that. And I believe Lago Vista has extended their lead to 35-7 over Industrial.
Okay, so it looks like that should things take their normal
my
pattern here.
35-14, my apologies.
Beautiful. High end of rink hit. Going to be kicked out of bounds at the 20-yard line for, well, we'll wait and see where they officially spot it. At the 21.
Great kick by Jaden Porter. Doesn't allow doesn't allow DIBOLL and their dynamic do everything. Got Jacoby Watts to get it and get a big return. And David, I'm just, I mean, to me, again, going back to the Driveway Company stats, Jacoby Watts 1 carry for 1 yard, 0 catches.
Just simply baffled by that. Yeah, if you had told me, I would not. I simply wouldn't have believed that. I would have thought, well, he got hurt on the first play. Hand off to James Johnson Jr. He's hit in the backfield, and he'll be brought down for a loss. Let's see who that leopard was that got in there first.
Casey Pitts. I thought it was Colton Ferguson, who I'm glad to see back in the ball game. He had kind of come off limping in the first half, but now back in the ball game. But a great job by Casey Pitts, and really a good job taking James Johnson Jr. down at his ankles, where he's at his thinnest.
Ray Ariano, still the quarterback. Swarmed under and tackled for a loss. A big sack by Braylon Henry, as well as Casey Pitts. They meet up together. And that's another Butter My Biscuit sack.
David, do you want to share your potential secret word for tomorrow? Do I not want to hear it?
I changed my mind.
Okay.
I changed my mind.
Because I had a decent one.
Okay.
If we were, I mean, it's easy, but I think it's one that when they go in and say, "Hey, we listened to the broadcast," or, you know, if people want to ask me or you what the secret word is, I'll tell them. If they were in the stands.
Here we go. Ariano throws the ball across the middle. Man down there, knocked away beautifully by Michael Moore as he celebrates after knocking that pass down. And that one falls to the turf incomplete.
Yeah, it's a pass breakup where he just uses his big 6'2", 6'3" frame to leap up and kind of just knock it down to the turf harmlessly. And now facing about a 4th and 20 after that big Butter My Biscuit sack by Braylon Henry and Casey Pitts, DIBOLL's going to have to punt again.
So just keeping my eye on a sideline a little bit and judging by what you can see down there a little bit, it does appear that whatever is happening with Camden Brock is knee related, so we'll certainly keep an eye on that and hope the best for him. Line drive kick caught by Colton Dale, 40, 35, 30. Colton far side of the field, 25, 20. Colton Dale 15, Colton Dale 10, 5. Touchdown Leopards.
Colton Dale said, Red Hansen, you're not the only one that's going to have multiple touchdowns today. So he's returned two punts for touchdowns.
How many does he have? How many touchdowns does he have? I feel like he has another one. I could be wrong.
Today?
Yeah.
No, he just has
not another kick. I mean, another touchdown.
No, just the 2 punt returns for touchdowns.
This feels like he's been all over there tonight. Yeah. Incredible. Great blocking.
But he's also got an interception as well.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Wow, Leopards up 62-21. Second consecutive week. They put up a 62 spot on the board, about to make it 63. Kick on the way. Right through the fork, and the kick is good. 63-21, 8:06 left. Make sure you stick around our post-game show, guys. We will have our Joe Pack player of the game as well as our interview with head coach Ray Biles as the Leopards are well on their way to punching their ticket to the Final Four in the state of Texas. Unbelievable. Can't wait for it. Let's take a break. Come right back after this commercial break.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery. If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
Start working on the camera, okay? 8:06 left here in the fourth quarter of play. Leopards dominating the football game once again, this time up 63-21 over DIBOLL here in Bryan, Texas at Merrill Green Stadium. It has been, as usual, a game that's been played well by many Leopards, not the least of which is Red Hansen, who has just dominated in the running game tonight. Here's Connor Pewitt. He swings his leg, toe meets leather. Kick to the far side of the field, going to bounce inside the 20 and then roll out of bounds at the 10. Flag will drop on the turf, and they'll move it to the 35, and that's where the Lumberjacks will start.
David, now we're starting to see some of the younger guys get in the game. Looks like Hutton Scott coming on at the defensive line. Also, number 67, Carter Norman, now in the game, as well as Grayson Collins, Joe Pack Player of the Game award winner against Caldwell.
There you go.
In the ball game at defensive back.
Do you have stats on Johnson Jr. on James Johnson Jr. in terms of his rushing?
I do.
All right. Let's maybe get a driveway company update there. I'm interested to see what he's done tonight. I know he's carried the ball a lot. Speaking of Johnson Jr., he gets it again on this one. Look across the 30. He'll fall forward to the 35-yard line, so to pick up a 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it looks like coming into this drive, he has 22 carries for 185 yards, 2 touchdowns.
22 for 185.
Yeah, so he's averaging almost 8.5 yards a carry.
Wow. Yeah, well, I mean, he had a couple of really big ones, but he's been solid all night long. I mean, They've rarely stopped him short of the line. All right, so let me hear your butter my biscuit word for the week. You know what? I'm headed over there tomorrow morning, by the way. Here's another handoff to Johnson. 40.
At 10 o'clock?
Yeah, something like that. 42-yard line will be a 43. They'll mark it all the way up to the 43. That'll be a first down for DIBOLL.
Well, one of the things, and there's always so much confusion on it because these are the Texas high school playoffs, so everything revolves around Texas. But when you get to the Final Four, it's no longer you're now getting out of the region.
Right.
So what is next?
That would be the semis, wouldn't it?
What kind of semi?
Semifinal.
What kind? Not region.
State semis.
State.
Okay.
Leopards going to state.
Oh, code.
I think you got to go code. Secret word.
Ariana throws across the middle, caught inside the 45, down to the 38-yard line, I believe. It's going to be enough to move the chains. So I like it. That's way better than the one I had.
So that's number 11, Ian Willis, kind of coming on a little
state
route. But yeah, so for everyone listening, you go to Butter My Biscuit tomorrow.
They open at 10?
Open at 10 o'clock on Saturdays.
I was thinking like 7.
No, that's Tuesday through Friday.
Come on. We got to talk to Lee about this.
Go there. They open at 10. You tell them you listen to David and Jared's broadcast. Go Leopards, and then you tell them that the code word is state, and you'll get a free Texas or buttermilk biscuit.
Here we go. They're going to hand off to James Johnson Jr. again. And he'll get forward for about 3 more. So the word is state. Tell him we sent you. Appreciate Lee and Brent.
I gotta let Brent and Lee know right now.
Okay. The word is state. State. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. You start the season at the beginning of the season. You're like, man, we look pretty good. I mean, well, how good are we? And then
you open up with 2 tough losses, and then you just get on a roll. And there you go.
5:57 here in the 4th quarter of play. Here's a keeper by Ariano. And he'll lose a yard or 2, actually. Clock will continue to run at 5:40, and I think you can certainly smell it now.
Yeah, it looks like Kyler Bosley getting in the game now for the Leopards. Sophomore offensive and defensive lineman is, really, great job to see these kids, getting in the ball game, young kids who are going to kind of carry this Leopard tradition on in the years to come, getting some valuable playoff experience.
Ariano's looking to pass again. He's going to roll to his right. Throws it down. Caught, coming back. Tackled by Michael Moore after a gain for a first down. I think that was Jacoby Watts. It was. And Jared,
Jacoby Watts, his
second.
First catch of the night.
First catch of the night, fans. Write this down. 5:04 left in the 4th quarter. Jacoby Watts just made his first catch of the night. His second touch. Am I right? His second touch.
Second touch. He had one carry for 1 yard in the first half.
That's phenomenal. Wouldn't be a Leopards game without a cowbell. Here's a handoff up the middle. That's James Johnson Jr. again. He's got to be over 200 yards now, down inside the 20. That'll bring up second down and about 2.
Cody did tell us he was a little behind on stats, so I got him with 24 carries, 198 yards now, and then with that carry to go, so that'll definitely put him over the 200-yard mark. So really, the kind of the DIBOLL workhorse tonight, but just not enough.
Well, and the difference is it wasn't efficient, right? I mean, they didn't put it in the end zone, whereas Rhett and everybody else did for Lorena.
Did all his damage between the 20s.
That's right. Ray Ariano now the quarterback. He hands it off to James Johnson Jr. again. Actually, Ariano, keeper. He rolls out, throws it downfield into the end zone, incomplete, into triple coverage intended for Jacoby Watts. Almost as if they were trying to maybe get him one before the game, and he was well covered.
Well, I mean, trying to throw it into the triple coverage of, now listen to this, David. Colton Dale, Michael Moore, and Reed Mickna.
Yeah, that's probably not a recipe for a touchdown. Probably not. 3rd down and 2. Ball's at the 19. They need the 17 for the line to gain for a new set of downs. James Johnson Jr. lined up left of Ray Ariano. 2 wides to the near side. They're going to give it off to Johnson. He's into the secondary, fighting his way towards the end zone, and he will make it into the end zone for a Lumberjack touchdown. So I guess he heard me talking about.
Actually, that is number.
Was it not 20?
That's number 22.
And it's coming
back. Yeah, that was number 22, Rodney Wyatt. Senior.
Clock continuing to run now. We're into the final minutes of the ball game. Leopards are going to win it. The Leopards are going to be your Region 3 Finals champions. They'll pick up another gold ball. Their 4th one of the season. Here's the handoff to the 20, to the 15. That's Rodney Wyatt again. He will not make the end zone this time, but he will pick up a large chunk of yards, and that'll move the chains for a first down.
Well, David, so as this ball game gets down to around the 3-minute mark, I think we've got a pretty solid choice for Joe Pack Player of the Game.
No doubt.
However, I mean, Colton Dale did everything he could to say, I want that award again, returning 2 punts for touchdowns and having an interception. Just a great game by the senior defensive back and wide receiver.
You'll definitely want to stick around and see that presentation after the game. We won't tell you who it is yet, but we'll have that. We hope to have the video of it as well as the interview after the game down on the field if time permits. Okay, we're hooked up and good to go on that? Okay.
David, definitely want to say thanks to Stone for doing a phenomenal job helping us troubleshoot tonight. We had some things getting the crowd mic worked out and some other stuff with our wireless mic, so kudos to him for doing a phenomenal job.
And that's the thing, here's another handoff. This time it is to James Johnson Jr. Braylon Henry was there in the backfield, trying to neck him down. He gets through that tackle, and they'll pick up a gain of 5 or so. Oh, here comes a late flag now.
And this is what you don't want to avoid. And we saw this kind of against Hitchcock in that first round where flags started flying late, and definitely want to avoid any kind of stupid penalties and the like.
But yeah, it is one of those things where you're weekly traveling in a time pressure situation to get.
After play is over. Correction. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughing. On the way. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. The down count. It'll go down.
15-yard penalty now on that personal foul.
Down does count, so that'll make it. Should make it 3rd down.
2 minutes left in this football game. 2 minutes away from another gold ball and a Region 3 final championship. thoughts are with Camden Brock down there on the sideline, and he's continuing to kind of be intended to, and we'll hope for the best there and hope we can see Camden back on the field this season. Ray Ariano is the quarterback. He is ball's at the 25-yard line. He's going to look to throw. He's hit in the backfield. We'll have another butter my biscuit sack. Braylon Henry there to make the tackle and to help him up. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And, you know, what a great interview. Obviously, it was a little bit late this week, but phenomenal young man in Braylon Henry. Really enjoyed talking to him. You know, I think you put it best. He's playing at the same school that his dad played at and won the only state championship in Lorena history, wearing the same number. So this has got to be really special for John Henry and his son Braylon and really their entire family.
No doubt, no doubt.
And it's tough to find better people than John and his family.
4th down and a long way to go. Ariano's going to throw the ball downfield. Has a man down there. It is incomplete. Here comes a flag. Good grief. Ball was intended for Colby Stewart.
I'm not sure what the flag would be for. I don't think that ball was catchable, but looked like it was low.
I think that was Jackson Generals down there on the defense. And I think they're going to get Generals with pass interference, although they're
During the play, we have pass interference on the red. It'll be 15-yard penalty.
Yep, pass interference on the red. Clock at 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. And that will move the chains for DIBOLL. All the way down to the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. 1 minute left on the clock. Ariano fakes it, looking to throw across the middle, has a man wide open in the end zone, is off his hands and incomplete. Should have been caught, just a route straight up the seam there. Nice pass and just couldn't bring it in. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line.
David, sorry, not meaning to leave you hanging.
No,
I'm just trying to get some notes here for the interview with Coach Biles after the game.
.54 seconds is where the clock had stopped. Here's Ariano on an option. He'll keep. Going to get down to the 15-yard line, so a gain of 1 there on 2nd down will bring up 3rd down and 9.
But, yeah, so it looks like the Driveway Company stat line of the night. And yes, we can talk about Red Hansen, 14 carries, 197 yards, 5 touchdowns. We can talk about Colton Dale, 2 punt returns for touchdowns.
Yeah, unbelievable, right?
And an interception. But the Driveway Company stat for me is the Leopard defense holding Jacoby Watts 1 carry for 1 yard, 1 catch for 11 yards.
Wow. 2 touches, 12 yards, and this is the player that tape showed would be, the difference, and it was. Here's Ray Ariano looking to throw across the middle, man in the end zone. Back at the end zone, is it caught? It is. Touchdown, DIBOLL. 5 seconds on the clock. DIBOLL strikes for a final score here. That'll move it to 63-27.
And that was Zach Phipps on that touchdown reception.
It's you have 69 here, 63 to 27.
The extra point, number 70, Ryland Patton holding, number 18, Malachi.
David, I think if you're good, we may go ahead and make our move.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
When you get down, to check the camera if you can, just to make sure that it's going to pick up the signal. I mean, just and if I guess at that point if it doesn't work, we'll just go Mike. But I hope we can get the video with him.
Okay.
5 seconds left on the clock. Leopards up 63-28. We'll take a timeout and come back with the end of the ball game. Your Leopards are going to be champs. They're going to be champions again, this time in the Region 3 Finals round. David Gibson, Jared Brown will be back with the final play and our H&M Landscape and Sprinkler postgame show after this.
For over 40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
Driveway problems? Look no further than the Driveway Company. We deliver the highest level of professional service and care for each and every customer. We're trained, courteous, and take pride in our finished results. Do what hundreds of other customers have already done. Trust the experts and schedule an appointment today to find out what the Driveway Company can do for you.
Brian Patlin swings his leg. He'll kick the ball over Colton Dale's head into the end zone. And the Leopards, with 5 seconds left, will have to get in victory formation and take a knee. And that'll be the end of this ball game. Your Leopards are going to go on to win 63-28, a dominating performance once again. This time 4 rounds deep in the Region 3 Finals here in Bryan, Texas. David Gibson, Jared Brown, Jared and Stone headed down to the field to get our Joe Pack Player of the Game presentation situated, and our post-game interview with head coach Ray Biles. Please stay with us, guys. We will have to have a few commercial breaks in there, but we'll make sure and get that on the air if at all possible before we head back to Waco, Texas, and to Lorena, Texas tonight. And there it is. Taylor Cargill puts his knee on the ground, and your Leopards are victorious in Bryan, Texas. Well, what a performance. Grateful you guys were with us here in the YouTube chat and the Mixler chat, and we look forward. This is something we'll continue to do in the future, even in the next season, as we broadcast games. We're able to broadcast the games live again. We'll make sure and keep that option available. It's just too much fun to be able to interact with you guys during the broadcast. Let's see here.
Check 1, 2, 3.
We got Jared on the mic, so that's good. Let's see, does the camera work? Oh, no. Not sure that we're going to be able to get the camera. The problem with the wireless camera is that when you build a press box with very thick glass, it makes it difficult to and I don't think I'm going to be able to make that happen. So we may, I'll tell you what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to turn this camera around, so you don't want to look at me anymore anyway. I'll get this camera and we'll turn it around and see if we can't get the field. You can hear that crowd. Listen to that. That is something else. Look at this. Man, that is something else, man. Way to go, Lorena. Not just the football team either. Way to show out red and black. This terrific community is going to pick up a big win tonight, and we're grateful to be a part of it. Thank you all the sponsors that have stepped up and all year long. Do want to just encourage you again to please do what you can to patron the sponsors of the broadcast all season long. These are people that did not have to, businesses that didn't have to reach in their pocket to support the broadcast, but they did, and we're grateful for it. As the Leopards are victorious, we're hearing the DIBOLL fight song, and it looks like we've lost the camera down the bottom, so we're not going to be able to have that as it is anyway. Leopards win tonight, huge, here in Bryan, Texas, 63-21, behind a remarkable performance on the ground from Rhett Hansen, from a terrific performance, special teams performance from Colton Dale, and Ryan Abel played well. The lines on both sides, my goodness, if you see a lineman this week, put your arm around him and give him a hug, because those guys have just dominated the state of Texas here in 3A in the second half in this playoff season. want to thank Cody Kellner for being our statistician this evening. Let's get that crowd mic up. What a scene here from Bryan, Texas. Leopards win 63-21. As Jared and Stone are down on the field, see if I can't locate them and make sure that they're the team is now meeting with Coach Biles there. You guys, let's see if I can get you a little view of that here. Appreciate all of those of you who are continuing to comment in the chat. Enjoyed visiting with Samuel Hansen, Lorena ISD, AJ Whiteside, Thad Rowell, Heaven Lehman, Ben Huey, many others. Team continuing to meet with Coach Biles there on the field, and it's a special moment here, guys. This is a situation where these boys know, these young men know that you're 2 games away from the ultimate dream as a high school football player, and a community like Lorena that does everything the right way, and they build them up from the beginning, and now find themselves in a situation that you would hope for. Looking at some of these stats here on the Driveway Company stats updates. Lorena really just dominated the game from the beginning, up 14-7 at the end of one, then 35-14 at halftime. Lorena scores 14, 21, 21, and 7 across the quarters. DIBOLL 7, 7, 7, and 0 for a final score of 63-21. You look down the scoring plays, you see Red Hansen for a 1-yard run. You see Red Hansen for a 5-yard run. Red Hansen for a 9-yard run. Ryan Abel with a 22-yard pass to Jaden Porter. You see Reed Mickna with a 4-yard run. And down on the field, I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but there's a gold ball on the field. And they're it's in a box, let's put it that way. And my guess is you're going to see a pretty awesome presentation here for the team. They turn around and they give the box to Elijah Turley. Turley reaches in. It looks like the team is meeting with each other now, and Reed Mickna appears to be having a word with the team. They're listening to him and watching him speak, and now the banner comes out. The goal ball is presented, and there it is. 4 down, 2 to go. Your Lorena Leopards are the Region 3 champions. Their 4th gold ball of this 2021 football season, and they'll get together and take a picture, and hopefully we'll have a moment here to visit with head coach Ray Biles as well as our Joe Pack player of the game. What a scene. Get the camera down a little bit more. You have Joe Gutshaw laying on his back in front of the picture along with, can't quite get the number on the other one there. Look at that picture. That's a great picture there. Cheerleaders on, the mascot on. And with the victory, Lago Vista victory, my understanding is this has not been confirmed by any coaching staff member or anyone else associated with Lorena, but my understanding is that the likely destination for next week's game will be in.
David, are we good to go? Okay. I don't know that we're going to get video. Do you just want to go with audio? Okay. So, David, we're now joined down on the field with Leopards head coach Ray Biles, celebrating a regional championship with a 63-28 win over DIBOLL. Coach, congratulations on the win. What's your thoughts on the victory and how you're feeling right now?
Well, I mean, I thought our kids did another great job tonight, tremendous job. 3 phases of the game. I mean, obviously there's some things we've got to clean up, but effort, man, they played so hard. Very physical football game, and so proud of them.
Just a quick stat line. I know we talked about having to stop their number one on offense. He had 1 carry for 1 yard, 1 catch for 11 yards, and that wasn't until late in the 4th quarter. Just kind of talk about your defense and how they were able to kind of bottle up the playmakers for DIBOLL.
Well, I mean, again, those kids watch film and they work really, really hard to do that kind of stuff. Our coaches put together schemes to be able to try to defend them and try to get our guys in the right place at the right time. And again, I thought our guys did a great job of running to the football because he's a tremendously fast athlete. So anyway, the running back got some yards, but in the big picture, our offensive line just dominated them. And Red had a big night, and Ryan threw the ball well early, and Jaden got free. So had a lot of good things happen. Colton Dale, can't say enough about, that's two more scores for him. Last week it was a pick 6. Tonight, 2 punt returns for touchdowns. So, this all around total kicking game, offense and defense. Proud of these guys.
Yeah, you mentioned the offensive line kind of setting the tone early. Rhett finishes with 197 yards, 5 touchdowns. Just talk a little bit about his performance in such a big game on a big stage.
Well, I was so proud of him because early when the ball game was still close, he was running over people. I mean, physically, just, late in the game, he just ran away from people. Hit a couple of holes, popped a couple of inside zones, and took it to the house. And can't say enough about him and his performance tonight. It was really tremendous. I'm so proud of him, and, he's a hard worker, and it just it makes you feel good whenever you see things like that happen for your kids.
On to the state semifinals for the first time since 1989. What do you guys got to do to keep this train rolling?
Win again. So, my understanding is we'll play Lago Vista. We'll be playing them next Thursday night in Georgetown, 7 p.m. And should be a heck of a ball game. And there are a lot of things we need to work on. And honestly, Jared, I've got to know a little bit about Lago Vista. I've seen them on film a few times, but nothing in general. So, but our guys will have a game plan together, and I'm sure our kids will be ready to execute next week.
All right, well, congratulations on the regional championship and a berth in the state semifinal. Best of luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it. One last thing, I would like to. It's a tremendous crowd. I mean, we absolutely packed this place tonight. So, people that didn't get an opportunity, maybe next week you can. But so happy, Leopard Nation, for the support that you guys, because these guys feed off of it. Boy, when that crowd goes wild, they go wild. So, it's a big thing for these kids to look up in those stands and see all that red.
Yeah, we noted the horde of Leopard Nation that came down to enjoy the ball game tonight. I don't see there's any reason that we wouldn't have as many or more next Thursday. So again, congratulations and best of luck next week.
Appreciate it.
All right, David, we'll go back up to you real quick while we try to get our Joe Pack Player of the Game award winner.
All right, so that's head coach Ray Biles, and love to hear his post-game comments. And do also just want to echo not only the support of the fans that made the trip down here to Bryan, but also the presence online. Those of you who stuck around and watched and listened with us here in the booth, we certainly appreciated that as well. I can tell you from our perspective that it makes it a lot more fun to know that people are listening and enjoy the broadcast, and it brings joy to you as well. So that's a good word there from Coach Biles. And as Jared is efforting down there to get our Joe Pack Player of the Game recipient ready. So again, you did hear Coach mention Georgetown next Thursday, 7 p.m. So instead of Highway 6, it'll be I-35, but about the same.
Just when they kind of start hurting them this way.
Yeah. And it looks like we just don't have the camera. I'm going to go ahead and just see if I can't re-grab it. But
yeah, you're going to understand. You guys are a big part.
See if I can remove that camera real quick. I don't think it's going to let me grab it. So, yeah, big game tonight. Let's see.
David, are we back? Okay. David, we are now joined down on the field by Leopard senior running back and defensive. I'd say defensive end, but you line up a defensive tackle sometimes too. But the big senior, Rhett Hansen. Rhett, first of all, congratulations on the win tonight. Just talk about your feelings and just your thoughts about the game in general.
Oh, I'm just overwhelmed. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, the fans are – the whole town is here. I mean, this is the entire town of Lorena. It's just awesome. The feeling is amazing. And just putting up that many points this late in the playoffs, it just shows, like, we're here for business, and we're ready to roll. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, you could say you were definitely here for business tonight. Obviously, getting the ball early in the ball game, you were running over defenders. Late in the ball game, running away from defenders. I think it was get my stats out here. I think it was 14 carries. 14 carries, 197 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And then obviously your job on the defensive line to kind of keep their quarterback and running game in check. Just talk about the offensive performance running the ball and the touchdowns.
It was awesome. I mean, I can't do anything without the O-line up front. They're blocking great this year. I mean, some great guys up front, all my friends, and I love it. The holes are there, and we're just hitting them fast, and we do our job.
Yeah, it definitely looked like they were opening some big holes for you, and then you're able to, to kind of run it down their throat, so to speak. But then on the defensive side of the ball, it looks like you guys kind of set the tone, the line of scrimmage all night, and you held arguably their best player, number 1, to 1 carry for 1 yard and 1 catch for 11 yards. Just talk about the performance of the defensive line tonight, just the defense in general.
The defensive line is just a huge part of the game. We go into each game knowing that it starts with us. Secondary follows, but if we come out and we hit them hard and hit them fast, no one's going to be able to hang with us, and so I love it.
Well, first state tournament berth since 1989. You probably weren't even born yet. Just talk about what this team needs to do to continue to get better and hopefully make it all the way to the final.
We just got to stay focused. We got to not get a big head or anything, stay humble, and just stay locked in the rest of the week.
Good. Well, as I've said before, we've had this conversation. Obviously, the Joe Pack Player of the Game award was started by Billy Rutherford, who's a former player, wanted to honor his late friend, Joe Pack. Joe was a defensive lineman like yourself, but not the biggest guy on the field, and he was always looking to deflect credit, give credit to everybody else, to all of his teammates, but played every play like it was his last. So we try to find somebody each week that embodies who Joe was out on the field, and so tonight you're the Joe Pack Player of the Game award winner. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, David. We'll go back up to you.
Okay, guys. Well, that is a very well-deserved honor there by Red Hansen, and see his family and friends let him take pictures with the plaque down there. Absolutely love this award. I want to thank Billy Rutherford for what he's done, and for the Pack family for allowing us to do that in honor of Joe each week. And what this award has come to mean for the players. It's something they take pride in, and I love the fact that it really is about that every time a player wins this award without fail, they give credit to their teammates, and that's what it's all about, man. It's about fighting for your brother to the right and to the left, and then everybody encouraging one another and finding ways to get it done, and that's what they did again tonight by a final score of 63-21. So, like everybody else down here in Bryan, we got to pack up and get back up Highway 6, I should say. So we're going to go ahead and close things off. Thank you for joining us. We will have a broadcast, whether we're able to do the video broadcast next week or not, in Georgetown. We will have another audio broadcast, so we hope to get that word out and have more and more people join us in that. We appreciate those of you who did join us. And so for our final score here in Bryan, Texas, Merrill Green Stadium, Lorena 63, DIBOLL 21. The Lorena Leopards are the 2021 Class 3A Division 1 Region 3 Finals champions. Let that sink in and enjoy it, fans. We got about 6 days to enjoy that until we get to tee it up again against Lago Vista down in Georgetown. So everybody travel safely if you're listening with us here at the game. And we will look forward to seeing y'all next week, next Thursday, 7 o'clock from Georgetown. For Jared Brown, Stone Gibson, this is David Gibson saying good night.